support. We have Oliver Fangnan on social media. We are live on Facebook, live on manjoonline.com. Just get interactive with us, and you can also send messages with us right now. 02 05511 Happy birthday to you, Rosemary Owusu at Osafan. May the good Lord continue to bless you and give you more strength from your brother Urura. And we're still right here on Joy 99.7 FM. I'm so much honored to have one great personality in the studio. But in the meantime, let me say hi to my good brother Robert Clark. Yeah, Robert Clark is right here with us. And then we have the legendary as well, the legendary. So let me start this way. You know, the dance industry has spawned great talents, so many talents. But there is one person who stands out. You know, for somebody to win World Dance Champion, you know, it's no joke. And he started dancing with the cultural troupe at age 6, continued in school, won dance championships right here in Ghana until he ultimately won the World Dance Championship in 1986. Ladies and gentlemen, we have in the studio the legendary Adjetey Sowah. Yo, no, when I was coming here, KOD said that, you know, when he was growing up, he would always come watch you dance anywhere you went. And sometimes he feels that when he dances like you because he learned so much from you. And I'm very sure there are so many people who also took inspiration from you as a dancer. And let me say, for how far you have come, let me say, well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
And welcome to Showbiz A-Z.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to have you. But let me start this way. So you started dancing at age 6.
Mm-hmm.
In a cultural troupe.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Who gave you the chance to go dance? Your parents allowed you to do that?
No, what do you call it? Let's say I grew up in Teshin. The school that I went was Lincoln International School. Mm-hmm. So that was, they have I think these days they have the cultural group in the schools and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah. They
back in the
them.
day, just the same thing.
So, okay.
So I was part of the
school cultural troupe.
It was a school cultural troupe, which I was part of it, and that's where I realized that I can do it.
So you were dancing to all those traditional
dance and stuff like
wow, wow. So this was which year? Can you?
Oh, you're talking about 75.
75 thereabouts.
Yeah, somewhere.
And so you continue dancing to the basic school level,
to
elementary.
The basic level, yeah, because I went to Labone around 1980. Yeah.
Okay. So at what time did you realize? Did it occur to you that yes, I think I can really get into dancing?
I mean, that's the competition, yeah, because that was 81. Around 81, 82, they have a this club at Tema, which KKD's father's club. KKD was part of it. That's where he started, MC and stuff. Kwesi Chedakwa, yeah. Okay. So I was part of the competition, which I won. So that's when I realized that, hey, Charlie, I can make money out of it. So that's it.
Did you win a lot of the competitions?
Oh, yeah. After I won the the Jato Chrome one, that was 82. I won Babylon Night Club, 83. Mm-hmm. And then there was another one called Caesar 84. Caesar 83 first, which Reggie Rasto won. But then,
that one, not something there.
Yeah.
What really happened?
Reggie knew about it, so I don't want to talk about it. But then the following year, 84, I mean, by then, all of them were in my camp because by then we started making money out of it. We're going out of the country, around the country and doing all sort of things. And the promoters come for me for dancing competition and everywhere. So around 84, it's like, all of them were in my camp, and it's like the dancing competition. We're supposed to do it at Buko Nightclub. I think now we call that place what? This hotel, I forgot the name, but opposite. What do you call it? Is it the opposite license office? The hotel that was, opposite.
Robert knows Accra more than I do.
Okay, so it's there. It's there. Yeah, so that's where it happened. Reggie was supposed to be part of it. It's part of the funnels because back in the days it wasn't like Embassy Double Do, whereby we do it in the clubs. everywhere, you know,
Club
all
bases.
around, all the club bases, even in Kumasi, whatever. If you are good, you know, you have to come to Accra to be part of the society
Wow.
for, yeah. So that's when I won. But then there was a problem with it. I mean, let me say 83 Reggie won. So 84 to the same thing, you know, something was going to happen because, I mean, at the finals, they were supposed to do, what do you call it? Traditional dance, not traditional dance, high life.
Okay.
Which nobody knew about it, but there was just one person that knew about it, which is Terry Ofosu Bright. Yeah, I mean, we call him Sir Robot.
Okay.
He knows about it. So at the finals, I was like, at the moment they announced that, you know, that we are doing high life, I just crossed the street, you know, like I'm saying, the police station over there, the license of it over there, there's a resident for the police people. So I just went over there and I told one of the guy that, I need a cloth to, you know, because when you are doing high life, you need a cloth. Yeah, you need a cloth to, you know, wear, you know. So I went over there. He was like, okay, I'll give you the club, but make sure you take me inside. So we went inside. As soon as I entered, they call my name. I just put a cloth.
That's right.
I mean, the cloth on and just do my high life dance and whatever. So now they don't have anything against me, you know. So that's how I won.
So you were versatile. You could dance to high
Oh
life,
yeah,
to
high life traditional dance because I started with
and the
traditional
funk
dance.
and all
So
that.
you know, that's where, you know.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You've mentioned Reggie Rockstone. Who were your competitors at that time?
Reggie Rasto, Akosie Japan, Gabi Adjetey, I think he worked here some years ago.
Gabi
Adjetey.
Gabi was a dancer.
Yeah.
Wow.
This guy, what's his name? Eric. Donata as well.
Oh, the TV presenter.
Yeah, the TV presenter.
I
Donata.
see.
Carlos Alberto, Frederico Wusu, TP. I mean,
What about Alex Ofori?
Alex Ofori was my guy, you know. But then we were up there. Alex was there.
Interesting. But how were you influenced by foreign dance? Because most times we see you guys and you are doing the break dance and all that. How was it influential on your life at that time?
Okay, back in the days, you know, they have what do you call it? Soul Train.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, then I think they show it on GTV or somewhere. You know, videos are out there that we watch. You know, you see this guy, Shalaman, this guy called, what's his name again? Jeffrey Daniels. He started doing all kinds of moves and stuff like. So we used to copy him and, you know, make something out of it. And I think backslide, you know, he started doing backslide and we were doing backslide even before Michael Jackson, you know. Michael Jackson came out, you know, Motown 25 doing a backslide and they were calling it moonwalk. He called it moonwalk, but we were doing it, you know. And for me, it's like when I see the move, I try to create something out of it my own way. So the backslide, I was doing butt slide, backslide, front and back slide, side slide.
So
everything.
you would add something to it.
Something to it. I always try to copy, but I make sure I do it the other way around to make it my own, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
But did you create anything of your own, as in creating a dance of your own that you could say, I created this?
Of course, a lot.
You did?
There's a dance called Akuko dance, and everybody knows about it.
That was a dance.
Yeah, that was a dance as well.
Did you patent it? Did you really stamp your identity on it and promote?
You know, back in the days, we just do the dance, and you know, nobody. We don't do that. You know, we don't have a way of putting stamp on it or whatever. We just do it, and everybody copy it. That's it.
Well, I'm asking because in the music world, somebody comes out with hip life, another person says cheap hop, somebody says Azonto life, somebody says Afrobeat, high life, and all that. So people are coming up with genres or styles of music almost every time. And at a point in time, people thought, okay, we should promote high life music. Now it's Afrobeats movement, which is reigning. And so I thought maybe with the dancers as well, maybe you had that kind of creating something to own it and then promote it or project it. I don't know if that is something that you thought.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, we just create it and we just do it. Everybody know that, this is the Adjetey style or Reggie style or whoever style. So, but we don't own it like, you know, you have to put a stamp on it.
Yeah.
And say, this is mine. But everybody know, this is Adjetey style. You know, that's it.
Great. Now, you became the world dance champion in 1986. Tell us how that happened.
Okay, let me put it this way. I saw G-Man, I think his name is, we call Ajiman. Ajiman, you know, the musician. Yeah, I think he was part of it, the world dancing competition, 83 or 84, somewhere there. So I was like, okay, that's my next step because it's like in Ghana, I've been everywhere, you know. I mean, back in the days, it's like all the dancing competition that was going on from 84 going, because of what really happened. Any dancing competition that is going on, even though I'm part of it, but I've collected my money already because, hey, Charlie. Because I don't, yeah, of course, I was making money out of it, and that's the reason why I didn't take my education that serious.
Oh, you make a lot of money from dancing.
Yeah, a lot of money. Because we
not
go all the country, all around the country, Tamale, everywhere. In Accra alone, sometimes weekend, let's say Friday night, there's a lot of competition, maybe 8 or 9 competition. I'm part of everything, and before I go, I collect money for
you go
all
everywhere.
Everywhere. Dansoma, Teshin, Circle, Spark Center, Apollo Theater, and I'm there. I'll just do my bit, just run away, go to another place. Collect my money, just come.
Before I come back for you to tell us the full story of how you won the World Dance Championship, what was the highest amount of money you were paid during that time?
Let me put it this way. Back in the days when you call 1,000 Ghana is a lot.
1,000 cedis.
1,000 cedis, yeah. Let's say 1,000 cedis.
Which year are we looking at?
That was 83, 84 going.
I wasn't born. Okay. That was so much, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us the full story. How did you end up winning that championship?
Okay, so like I said, I saw Jima in the dancing competition. That was the world dancing competition. That was in 84 somewhere there. So I was like, okay, that's my next target too. So I got myself. But those days, we don't get visa to go to London or stuff. Like, you don't get visa. So I tried to, because I was making money, I was like, okay, that's my next step. So I thought, going to London is just like, taking a car and just go to
to Kumasi.
To Kumasi or wherever. So a week before I went to the airport to check everything, the flight, whatever. And I met this guy. He was like, "Oh, Adjetey Sowah, what are you doing?" I said, "Okay, next week I'm coming." He said, "Oh, I'm going to London, so get my number. When you get there, the next week when you get there." I said, "Okay." So I got his number. Okay, the next week I just went, buy my ticket. I get to London. I was like, "Oh." My friend, what do you want? I said, okay, I'm here to do. He said, oh, it doesn't work like that. So they wanted to bring me back, so they took me to a detention. So like I'm saying, when God is on your side, certain things happen. So
you were not deported?
You've taken the
were you?
No. So like I said, I was at dictation to be deported anyway. So I called this guy and I told him that this is what happened. He said, okay, I'll visit you. But I told him that, because looking at the place, I realized that I can get out without them knowing. So I called a guy, I told him, when you are coming, don't write your... we've been in Accra, so we know one, we've been in town, so no certain things. So I told him that, don't write your address, whatever. So when he came visiting, they called my name. Okay, you have a visitor, they have a visiting room where a lot of people, so. So around, I think, 30 minutes time or 1 hour time, they were like, all visitors out. So I just followed this guy and just get out.
Wow.
Yeah. I left my bag, my passport, everything,
So from there.
So when I get to London, when we get to London, then I called my father, and then my father was like, oh, so how come you're going to London and you didn't even tell me about it and whatever? Anyway, he has a
You did not
friend.
Tell your father?
I didn't tell anybody, I just...
Not any of your family members?
Because, back in the days, I was on my own, doing my thing. I was staying around Apollo Theater. We have a place called Robot House, So, like I said, I thought I was going to Kumasi and come back or whatever. So then my father was like, okay, he has a friend there. Back, my father was a dancer too, so...
He was?
Yeah, it's in the blood. The dance was in the blood.
A traditional dancer?
Yeah, so... No, he was doing, what do you call it? The 60s, they have rock and roll.
Wow.
Yeah, rock and roll.
I see.
And they have a group too. So one of his friend is in London. So he called him and told him that, oh, Charlie, my son is in London, blah, blah, blah. He gave me the phone number. I contacted him and I told him about it. And because he's also a dancer, he also followed this world dancing competition stuff. So he said, okay, no problem. I'll get you into it. So we'll get in touch with the, what do you call it? The Malibu world dancing this thing. And
okay.
Okay. So that was in 85.
That was in 85?
85. So when I get to London and they were like, okay, 85 is almost, they've got all the people already. They've registered almost every country already, about to start. So I'm late. So they can't, so they have to. So you could not take part in 85. So I could take part in 86. So they asked me what shows that I'm a dancer or whatever it is. So I have to present the videotape of 84, Caesar 84, stuff like that, showing that I'm a winner or whatever. So that's when they registered me for 86.
So what was the process like? What did you go through before you were declared the winner finally? What
You mean
was
for the dancing
activities?
competition?
Yes.
Okay, like I'm saying, so the following year, that was the following
Yeah,
year.
that
Okay,
86.
86. So it was 32 countries.
Wow.
32 countries, and then we have to do just and they were doing it in different clubs first, like 4 clubs. So let's say the prelims at another club, the quarterfinals another club, semi-finals before finals, and the finals they whittled down to 8 out of 32. Whittled down to 8. And so for me, I was just because for 32 countries, all they do is they just introduce you and that's it. They don't see your moves and whatever you have to do. So for me, I was just going there to be part of the finals, not to win, but just to be part of, because when you are part of the finals, that's when the whole world sees you.
Dancers were chosen for the finals?
That's what I'm saying, 8.
8, okay.
Yeah. So for me, I was just going there to be part of it so that Ghana can see me that, yeah, I'm there, because, that's it. Because for me, I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to win. These people, whatever. That's my mind.
And then finally you won.
So finally, they called the 8, and even the 8, I was the final guy to perform.
Whoa,
yeah.
Wow.
So after I did my thing, and then later on, now they started mentioning them. I was back there,
What song did you perform to?
Okay, that's what. Let me say, you were saying something about, what do you call it? What did I create?
Yes.
Whatever it is. Okay, I think the guys are doing it now. I was the first guy to come out with a song, like 10 artist song, put it together.
Okay, like a mashup.
Thank you. Put it together. So it wasn't just one song, but different kinds of music, and that's what. Anytime, any dancing competition that I'm going to use that competition, Reggie will not be part of it because he's scared of that. Okay.
He was scared, eh?
Yeah, he's scared of that. So he knows that in it. Anyway, so that's what I use. So about 10 artists. I did the mixing and all that, and I used that song.
Interesting. And what was your prize?
Okay, it was 1,000 Ghana. No, I said no, £1,000, and then a contract.
1986.
86,000 and a contract a year to Switzerland.
To do what?
To dance at the clubs and stuff like that. And then they have a circus whereby it's like entertainment, whatever, whereby all the animals or whatever it is, they are doing there, whatever it is. And we're doing freestyle,
Interesting.
Yeah, so I stayed in Switzerland for a year or so, before I came back to Ghana.
Wow. Guys, we're here with the legendary Adjetey Sowah, World Dance Champion 1986. Joy 99.7 FM. You can send in your opinions, questions right here. 0551111997. Let me come to Robert Clark and Uncle Ken, if they have anything to tell Uncle Adjetey Sowah right now. This is a legend right here in the studio. As for Uncle Ken, I know he has fond memories of everything that happened. Uncle Ken.
Kwame.
Yes, sir.
You like thinking for me?
No, I know you. You're my uncle now. You're my uncle now.
You always do. It's good to see you again. In actual fact, it might amaze you guys that I have never come face to face with Adjetey.
Wow.
Till today.
Wow.
I don't know if you think you've met me before.
No.
I have never come face to face with Adjetey till today.
Today, yeah.
But I came back. My mother passed in 1986.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And I came back to Ghana to visit my mom. Then, after 10 years in the UK without coming to Ghana,
Okay.
I came back to Ghana in 1986 to visit my mom. And unfortunately, she passed that year. So I had to alter my plans and stay in Ghana for a while.
Okay.
And while I was here, before her funeral, I had links with some Afro-Caribbean group in the UK who liked to put up videotapes of dances and, comedy, all that kind of thing for the black community in the UK
Oh, okay.
and elsewhere. So when I came to Ghana, my very good friend and brother Quantus had the Bam Tavern Club at Awudome
Okay.
Estate. And so that's where I was hanging out most of the time. And I bumped into some young musicians at the time in the club one Sunday. And those young musicians were, I know you know them, Bright, Sir Robert,
Sir Robert, yeah, I just
Nanaya Oredu.
Nanaya Radio, okay.
Who's the other guy? The one who later went into singing. Very popular singer.
Slim Buster.
Slim Buster, baby.
Slim Buster.
Okay.
Slim. And the ladies had Mercy. Mercy, who later got married to David Bolton. Back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, Mercy was also a dancer at the time.
Wow.
I got Nanaya to put these guys together. And you were mentioning Soul Train. So at the time, I shot a production called The African Train. And, you know, just to send to the folks for them to market, The African Train was like a variety show.
Okay.
It had the dancers, you know, you guys.
Yeah.
We had so many scripts put together for them to dance to. And then we had Waterproof,
The comedian.
the comedian,
comedian,
as a
okay.
comedy, a stand-up comedian set. And then we had Osio Brabo of blessed memory. You guys might not know who Osio was. Also a comedian, but they enacted a 5-minute script.
Shot on VHS.
Yeah, VHS, of course. Robert, what did you expect? It was all shot on VHS.
Yeah, I mean,
at the time. Very interesting. Back in the day,
Wow.
1987, it was shot on VHS. You know, at Bam Tavern and at the Baden Powell Hall. I don't know how many of you know the Baden Powell Hall.
Yeah, of course.
The
I know
high,
Baden
up the
Powell,
high
yeah.
street,
Yeah.
in Accra, and we packaged this variety show into a 30-minute tight thing and sent it to the folks. And I tell you what, it sold like nobody's business. Within the, luckily, we also did subtitling to the jokes.
Oh,
things from
nice.
Waterproof
Nice.
and stuff. You know.
Even then,
Yeah,
Wow.
even then, well, the subtitling has not been today.
professionalism.
Yeah, it's not today. That had to be done. And so that's how I met these guys. You know, Sir Robert,
Sir Robert, Slim Buster,
Nanaya Redu.
Nanaya
And then I got to produce Nanaya.
Oh.
Because
He's in
Nanaya
Japan
showed
now, right?
interest, yes, in music. Wanted to do some music. And I had just come from the US, and the club were playing hits and stuff, you know. So Nanaya used to come there, listen to the song, and then says, "Can I say me and you more? It's me and you." So we put
Okay.
together his first album, Anemia,
Okay.
back in the
okay.
day, and it was such a success, you know. Me and Quantus on the Q&A production.
Oh,
label.
Uncle Ken, you've done
So,
some.
I had heard of his, you know, video. He was too important to meet me at the time. This guy had just won the World Dance Champions. He didn't know me from Adam. Who am I to go and meet the World Dance Champions at the time? So I never got to meet Adjetey, you know, even though his name was always out there and all that. So it's good to see him today. And the story he's told about dance, you know, I don't know why we put a stop to it somewhere along the line. Because now I don't-
You mean,
the young
you mean
guys are
the, you mean
doing
the
it.
competitions?
Yes, the competitions.
They are doing it, but they have a way of doing it on TikTok and stuff like
What
that.
about the world
That's-
competition? You the
No,
only
they
one.
stop it. They stop it.
Yeah,
I think,
exactly. This
like,
is what I'm saying. I don't know. I know Robert them have a group. I was very
Yeah, Robert has
impressed.
a group.
You know, after the producer sent me the topic for today about
Yeah.
dance, I was on Facebook 2 days ago, and then I saw a clip of it just came over a clip from Nana McBrown's show on Onia TV, and it was about a young girl whose mother was testifying to how the girl has joined.
Afronita.
Exactly, that's the name of the girl.
Yeah.
And the mother was testifying as to how the girl has joined a dance group headed by some guy.
PW,
Yes, you know, and how initially she was not in the mood to allow her girl to go and do dancing, but the thing that swayed her to allowing her to go was that the little girl was brilliant in school
Yeah.
as well, and was scoring A's and ones and things like that. So
Good.
she felt that, yes, give her the chance to do what else she wants to do, because she's also doing well in her
Academic,
studies, you know. And the two were there giving testimony, and I was so impressed that, you know, some little girl is also taking it serious. Because back there in the UK, dance and things, serious business.
Oh yeah, you know.
The productions that are done mainly to incorporate dance.
Of course, dance will go. I mean,
In theater, on stage, and a whole host of people will be queuing for months to go and watch
Dance.
particular productions
Wow.
on dance. Hello,
yeah, of course,
Robert.
you're right. Yeah.
And dance is serious business. I saw another thing on Facebook there, Charlie. If this Facebook had not come, like, I'll be the most boring person.
Are you not on TikTok?
No. Those places I don't go.
No. But if
I
if you want to
no,
see more dance, go.
Let's
No,
open
no.
an account for you on TikTok. You enjoy
dance,
it.
I hear people talk about that happens on TikTok. It's not the dance I want to watch. you know, so I won't even be tempted.
No, the Afronators and all.
They are there as well.
They're all there.
they are
Most
more
of that's
visible
where
there.
they are. You know, that's where you see them more.
I don't know, but I'm just saying. I saw another post on Facebook. A parent complaining why she has to send her child to school, and the child has to be forced to learn ballet
Wow.
instead of something local.
Wow.
You know, and the
I get it.
conversation on the thread
Yeah.
was very interesting because
Yeah.
people were saying to her, she can make something out of ballet if she is good. What can she make out of our own dances? And it got me thinking.
But
Because,
are you
mean,
sure
ballet-
she couldn't make anything out of
I
her
don't
own
know,
dances?
Kwame.
I think-
Meaning what's happening with our things, but ballet in the UK is serious business.
Sure.
You know, and so if the parent says, if someone tells her she can make something out of it, the person knows what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
we will come to that. You know, local dances or traditional dances.
Yes.
And then we'll
It's
come
good
to
to
that.
see
yeah.
Adjetey.
Yeah. Thank
At
you.
long
Thank you.
Great. Uncle Ken there. Let me go to Robert Clark, who's the founder of Ghana Dance Festival and Awards. One entity, or the festival is separate from the award?
We've done them separately, but this year we are going to do them together. You know, just so that we can share them up together. They need to rise together so that we can just project dance as we want to be able to project dance. But quickly, just in the name of the dance being in the family of Adjetey,
Yes.
his younger brother, who is my friend, a very, very close friend, he is currently running one of the biggest dance festivals in South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's called Akoma Dance Spirit Festival, and it's actually Afro-Latin, so they do...
Hey.
Yeah.
And you know the story
Afro-Latin.
about let me tell you the story about my
Your
younger
brother?
brother.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you call it? Miss Ghana 88, and then Adjetey Sowah and the dance supposed to perform, and we're supposed to be on it, and then all of a sudden the group, I think they were about 12, 6 of them were like, no, they want their money before perform. And I was like, I haven't got my pay yet, you know. I mean, for Miss Ghana, back there is the big, show.
Yeah.
So I was like, they said, and after this thing, on Monday they'll pay me. So they said, no, they want, because they know I always collect my money before going. But for Miss Ghana, I was like, okay, no problem. I understand they'll give me the money because this is not the first time, so they'll give me the money. The guys were like, no. So 6 of them walk out of it. So some of the choreography, my younger brother always look at us when we train and everything. So I told him, look, can you do it? He said, oh, we can do it. So I just worked with
Wow.
him. And that very day, check this out. God works in different ways. That very day, he performed, and he was the first guy to even, this talent, what do you call it, talented kids or whatever it is. That was the first time he came out. And then PTC were the sponsors. They pay his school fees up to secondary school.
Scholarship free.
Oh.
Scholarship free.
It means
Just-
something can move me to dance one day.
Yeah.
Miraculously.
Yeah. And just from
If you
there,
become a
that's
younger
like what he's saying.
version of yourself.
So that's when he started, like, hey, Charlie.
Oh, I
so
love
he
it.
joined the group, and then that's it. So that's
Yeah.
where he is now.
So he's doing so well. He's projecting Ghana's name out there, and he's one of the big names in Southern Africa. He does a lot of international trips just to be able to DJ for them, teach, and then do projects as well. And he's been connecting Ghanaians to that place as well. So
Wonderful.
this year there are going to be people going to travel from from Ghana to South Africa just to be able to participate in that particular project. And on platforms like that, he also offers the exposure of our traditional dances as well. So yeah, he's doing so well in that particular space. And these are all the people who are projecting the image of Ghana in their little ways in different quarters. I just wanted to highlight that quickly. So Emmanuel Sowah,
great.
kudos to you.
and then talking about Adjetey Sowah right here, his achievements. What do you have to say to that so far?
So these are icons who are not out of your reach. These are icons who are present, and I think that for me, he's availed himself several times to be able to made himself accessible to the younger ones to be able to learn. You know, if you can't have a society or a community where the elders don't exist. So when the elders exist, it's a perfect opportunity for you to learn, for you to understand history, for you to take off from where they left, and then, you know, stand on their shoulders and get to the particular height you are supposed to be getting to. And just in case most of us don't know, while we are crying a lot when it comes to music about certain people not getting up there, when it comes to dance, the story is different. Yeah, the story is very, very different. A dance move left Ghana here
Azonto,
and was performed by Janet Jackson, created by Incredible Ziggy.
Incredible Ziggy, yeah.
I don't know how much light we've thrown onto that and to be able to celebrate what our dancers are doing. You see, I keep saying this, that just like people in the space of sports have been crying that we focus more on football than the other lesser known sports. Exactly. We also need to be able to, from a perspective of development journalism, that we need to give attention to the various aspects of the
that's what Joy FM is doing today.
Exactly, you know. So we are happy that the dancers are there. Look, the Dance God Lloyd, the Incredible Ziggy, the Afro Beats, the Afrobeats, the DWPs and co that you are seeing. These guys are literally, Adjetey Flex, they are literally contributing and directing and controlling the dance movements globally. You understand? The moves that they do, that is what is influencing and informing dance studios across the world when it comes to everything, anything Afrobeats. So you hear Afrobeats going up, this and that. When it comes to the people who actually are doing the dance, they are here. So I think we need to be able to throw some light and focus on them and celebrate these feats, rather, you know, so that it's not like the day that other people begin to jump into the space and they are making all the strides and we'll go like, hey, so where are the Ghanaian dancers? No, we are doing it now. You understand? We are doing it now. When the DWP guys danced with Asha Raymond, you should have seen the synergy. You should have seen what happened on international platforms when they were posted. I watched posts made on when PDD's platform in US, like several, and the kind of, you know, comments that were coming through, solid. You know, so I just want to say that we are happy that the legend is around. We are happy that he shares with us. He's been on several seminar platforms that we, you know, where we talk, and then he shares his experiences, telling us what to do, what not to do. I'm encouraging people to be able to learn. So for me, that's one of the biggest things, and I like the fact that he's always available to, you know, support any project that projects and promotes dance, and that's exactly why he's here right now to talk about what can be done to be able to project and promote the industry. So legend, thank you.
That's good. It's good that Robert brought this thing up.
Yes.
Because the reason is that, you know, back in the days when they are doing music awards, they award the dancers as well. And this time
I wasn't even coming to that.
Yeah, and this time they don't do it. So I was like, no, they have to do something. You know, he just mentioned
you mentioned it.
Yeah, yeah. You know, they have to award them too, because, you know, these guys are selling Ghana. I mean, when it comes to dance, they are doing it out there. So why? It's just like when you talk about dance in Africa, these guys are more popular than any other country. I mean, the Nigerians have taken over the music, like you said. But then when it comes to dance, the Ghanaians dance. I mean, there's Incredible Ziggies and the Afronitas and the Dance God Lloyd. I mean, they are taking over. So why they don't get the awards?
But there are dance awards, about 3 of them or two different types.
Yeah, but the music, I mean, music goes
so
with
he's
dance.
speaking
you
from
want the VGMA to award them.
Yeah, because music go with dance, and most of the music videos that you see, that, you know,
this one, Robert is here, so
yeah, they give them the award. Most of them is the dancers that make the music more popular. I mean, like now, Terminator is more popular, right?
Because of the dance.
Because of the dance
challenge,
because,
and all
I mean, the dance challenge, when you see them doing on TikTok, all the Nigerians or whatever, you know, they do the dance.
You did dance, say? Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting discussion. Before you introduce Chief Mo, he's here.
Oh, you just introduced him.
Yeah. I wanted the public to know. I wanted the public to know that Chief Moment was here. My brother, Chief is here. You see, the big question is, Robert, you yourself and Adjetey are all talking about TikTok, the dancers being on TikTok. The question then arises that why are the dancers on TikTok? They are on TikTok because that is where they can make money. Hello, Mimali.
Partially.
Partially.
Yeah, you would say partially, Robert.
Now, I'll give you the dynamics of it.
I know.
Yeah.
You would say partially, but the point I wanted to make was the actual dancers who are not on TikTok or might be in productions such as Chief's production, where it requires dance, or Robert's production where it requires a dance routine.
The guys are always there too.
They are there. But my biggest point is, do they make as much money as those who go on TikTok?
We will speak to some of them.
As those who go on TikTok, who are not as qualified or as artistic as these people.
Okay.
But go and display some kind of dance on TikTok to arouse people and make so much money.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
So,
I get it.
So that's a good question.
Yes.
So that's
So we will get into that when we get to the discussion proper. But
Chief Moment will not agree with me.
I don't think you made a statement. You asked the question.
I asked the
So
question.
there's nothing to agree.
No,
He
before
just has to give an
before I
answer.
ask my next question, let me come to Chief Mumin since he's been introduced by Uncle Ken. Chief,
Oui.
yeah, Wagwan. You hear pan?
Yeah, j'ai bon santé à grâce de Dieu.
I'm speaking Patois, I'm speaking French.
Alors?
We have Adjetey Sowah
yes,
today in the
yes,
studio,
yes,
and you've listened to his story.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, we all grew up watching Adjetey Sowah, legendary in the field, so mad respect. Good to see he's still fit, agile, and still has, a dancing spirit within him. I mean, we used to watch, I think, is it Embassy Pleasure? I don't know what it was.
Pleasure.
Double do.
Double do, yeah.
Double
But
do.
Uncle Ken was not around back then. He was.
He had then gone to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Albeit legitimately, I suppose. He didn't need any rescuing, right? But that was a very bold move, And I can imagine how Adjetey, escaped from that center. I mean, as a dancer, you speak with your body, so your body exudes some level of confidence. I'm sure that the way in which the swagger with which he walked out of the place, didn't raise any suspicion, So that's one benefit of dancing. You could extricate yourself from all sort of complicated situations. Anyway, so yes, I grew up watching him a lot, and I think that we give him a lot of respect, for his work and his craft and for his contribution to the industry. And we're happy that dance is beginning to gain a lot of attention. I mean, Robert mentioned it, and I actually mentioned it last week, that, sometimes we focus too much on music. We do not pay attention to some of the successes that is happening in other parts of the industry. And I'm glad that we're putting the focus on dance today, because dance is not just an important art form, it's also a very important enabler, I mean, imagine music videos without dance. I mean, they would be quite boring for a number of them, right? So dance has become a very powerful enabler for even our contemporary music today. If you look at some of the Ghanaian music songs that have crossed the border and gained widespread, international attention, it could actually be because of the work of some of the dancers. I mean,
dance challenges.
Yeah, let's talk about
Please, it's not. It could.
It is.
Terminator.
Labor. Yeah.
Chief,
yes.
Before you
Down
go any
flat.
further,
Yes.
would you agree that there are certain forms of music that do not need?
Of
Dance.
course, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm just saying that, I mean,
Are
dance is an
Okay.
important
Are
enabler
there
even
some
for
songs
music.
that don't need dance?
Yes.
And you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
No.
Yes.
When it comes to choreography, any
song
music
can be
at all.
choreographed.
Exactly.
But
any music, you can dance
at
with
all,
it.
You can
Okay.
dance with
Yeah.
it.
But, I mean, I guess what
I mean, you can
understood
dance
by-
without even beat, no
Yes.
sound.
Yeah, somebody was
But I
dancing
guess-
to Nancy's Asida.
I said
I see that. Yeah.
A slow version.
Dance
Oh,
God
yeah,
did
yeah,
all
yeah.
those things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess what I understood by Uncle Ken is that there
Okay.
are some songs that you listen just for the beauty of the music without necessarily having
paying attention to the
Thank
dance
you.
for any dance.
I understand.
Right? But when we're also talking about dance, we need to
That's because
understand the various.
because you don't have the skill to dance to that kind of music.
Oh,
No,
not
my first point is that
No, maybe he just saying something that you
It's not about a
I'm just
No,
kidding.
we're not talking about the dance.
It's about appreciation.
It's about consumption. I'm even taking a look at it from a consumption point of view.
Any music at all as a
You can
dancer,
dance-
you
you
can
can
be
dance
dancing.
to it.
You can
Of
create
Yes.
So if
something.
you are not dancing to it, possibly because you
No.
don't have the skill to
No,
dance.
no,
to
no,
it.
because
no,
you
no.
don't have the skill.
No,
Because
Robert,
dancer is just
they are
a-
speaking as the consumers.
Yes,
Yes.
it is not
So, yeah,
necessary.
Even you as a dancer, you don't dance every single time when you hear beats, do you?
Sometimes.
But when we also talk about dance, let's also understand, that we have traditional dance, and that has always been a part of our culture.
Yes.
Always been there. All our festivals, traditional dance is an important, aspect of who we are as a people. And festivals, when we have foreign dignitaries, we do all sort of traditional dance. We have a popular dance, which is really what is popular as the word in code.
Yeah.
So a lot of these young dancers now, most of them are doing popular dance, right? There's contemporary, there's popular dance, and popular dance is really for the masses, so take everyday dance if you like, but it also comes with its own expertise and skills. That's why you're beginning to see a new crop of young people who are taking dance seriously. But at the end of the day, for me, the most important thing, it all comes down to economic value. How do we make our crafts such a way that it can become a livelihood for people? And I'm sure we're getting to that conversation. For me, it's all about positioning. People will go and pay hundreds of dollars to watch great opera performances and ballet performances and all of that. They've elevated these art forms that they've almost become very coveted, right? So how do we also package and present our dance forms that they would command value? That's why some of us have been trying to do with our productions, right? And I think that for West Africa, really, our culture and our dance and it hasn't really been very much explored. Southern Africa a lot, because of their proximity to Western powers. A lot of Southern African dance forms and music has usually traveled, especially through theater productions and all of you. I think that West Africa, we have such unique, dance expressions that once we're able to package them, storytelling and put them on stage, So I'm looking forward to some of these young people who are actually becoming very popular, doing their own dance shows for people to come actually pay and watch them. Then that we're taking it to the next level, and I'll talk about it more in subsequent conversation. But mad respect to Adjetey Sowah. Before the show ends, I'm going to show him a little bit of my personal Sowah moves.
Guys, we still
And I'll dare Uncle Ken.
All right, John 99.7 FM Showbiz A to Z. We have in the studio Adjetey Sowah, and he is a world dance champion in 1986. I also have in the studio Uncle Ken, Chief Mumin, and Robert Clark. Let me take some of your thoughts right here. Tell Adjetey he's disgracing the family with laughing emojis. The person is laughing.
And what did he mean by that?
He says Continental Hotel became Golden Tulip, now the Lancaster.
Yeah.
And he says you are growing old from Notedwa.
How did he call the place?
Continental. No, I called the place Bukom Nightclub. There was Continental Hotel, but then the club inside called Bukom Nightclub.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bukom nightclub.
Yeah.
This one from Mauli inside Akimoda.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Bukom nightclub.
Yeah.
Inside Continental
Hotel.
Yes.
AKA Golden Tulip.
Yes.
No.
Now
Let's
it's called
just.
Golden Tulip,
yeah.
No. They even change it to Lancaster.
Lancaster now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The nightclub was named Bukom Nightclub.
Sharp.
Yeah.
There was Bukum.
Nightclub.
Nightclub.
Yeah.
Inside
Continental
Hotel.
Okay.
Interesting. Mauli from Akimoda says, congrats to Adjetey Sowah. I'd like to know if he beat Michael Jackson in a world competition. That was what we used to hear back in the day. You did?
No.
Michael did not perform.
Michael did not perform.
All right, so good afternoon. Do you remember Nana Owusu in a Shaiman? This from Emmanuel Ayambila. Nana Owusu. Okay, I don't know if Adjetey remembers. Okay, let me take this one. Good afternoon, Kwame and friends. I want to say hello to my senior in primary school, Adjetey Sowah. Tell him we're still so proud of him. His younger brother, Samuel Nila Sowah, was my classmate, and his younger sister, Patience Adjetey Sowah, aka Achi, was my youngest sister's mate. This is from Bina
Sorry, I don't
in
understand.
Oyibi.
The person's name is Atre,
But
aka Achi.
No. Adjetey Sowah.
Okay.
Okay, the person put Achi
Achi,
into
yeah.
bracket. Okay.
Adjetey Sowah.
Okay.
Okay, see, these are some of the thoughts coming in. You can send in yours 055 997. Talking about awards. Okay, did you get any awards?
Which
Do your time
I mean,
dance awards?
A lot.
Plenty.
Plenty. I mean, I was winning all the dancing competitions, even though I was collecting my money before. But then I was winning.
Adjetey keeps insisting on that.
The money he was
It's
collecting
been
all the
running
money.
through all
That's what I want the guys, the
discussion
young
that,
guys
yes,
coming
I've
to make
been
sure that look.
collecting my money before.
I want the young guys to know that look, this is their talent, this is their time. They have to make money out of it.
Okay. And was this a general situation where your other dancers, colleague dancers, also earning as much?
Of course.
I think, Kwame, you need to understand what he's trying to say, and there's a little bit of insight would help.
Okay.
If you listen to them, you'd realize that people taking dancers for granted has been there since, like from his time. So they were always putting out a lot of work, sweat, tears, everything. And at the end of the day, they're not being rewarded, or they were not being given what they were due. So he led the team to be able to start charging what they were worth. And if you listen to any dancer right now, one of the things that they cry about is the fact that they can go on a set, go and perform for artists that have money. They are collecting what, 50k, 100k, whatsoever. And the 500 cedis you are supposed to pay the dancers, or even 1,000, it's even a tussle. Like it's
Okay.
yeah, you know. So people are being taken for granted, and what he keeps saying is, guys, remember, get a deal, make sure you collect your money,
Take
so
your
nobody
money.
takes you. Yeah, you know, and that's the truth, because they need to. They are making it's supposed to be their career. That's the job they are doing. They have to get some
Okay.
earnings from it.
Hey, the almighty Adjetey Sowah. Hey, as a Teshinungwa estate guy in the 80s, he was our icon. The Great Embassy Double Do was where I used to watch him. I salute you, Adjetey Sowah. You have lifted the name of Ghana from Odeman of Dakuman. Yeah. So much love for you this afternoon right here. Now, have you personally trained any dancers?
Let me put it this way. Like I'm saying, we're at Robot House, whereby most of the dancers, you know, we train together. Alessofuri. Let me say, Alessofuri was one of my, you know, the guy that, let's say, I brought him out there. You know, he's one of them. And then, like he mentioned, Nanaya Radio. I have a group that, you know, Nanaya Radio was part of it.
Okay.
He was part of it. I mean, there was a lot of Adjetey Sowah in the dance. So there's a lot of dancers that, you know.
Wow. And you also went to the U.S.
I've been in the US since '89.
and you opened a dance studio there?
Yeah, I was teaching dance, especially
You were
traditional
teaching?
dance. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. For how long?
For almost 10 years.
Hey. So, what year did you come
I've
back
been
to?
going back and forth.
Okay.
Going back and forth because I was working at the National Theatre at the same time.
Okay.
And I started working at the National Theatre, I think, '96.
As artistic director.
Artistic director of dance. Yeah. 96.
Oh, you've really paid your dues then.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Antikoko. Charlie, that's a great woman. You know? That's a great woman. You know, like I'm saying, when it comes to money, I mean, I like that woman. You understand me? I mean, she understands.
Money matter.
Charlie, I want the guys to know that, you know, you can make it, you know. Just like parents doesn't allow, you know, dancers to dance and whatever. You can make it out there, Charlie. People are making money out of dance.
Somebody wants to put you on a show. Now, would you do it?
Why not?
Wow.
It depends on the kind of show.
Okay, and I watch you like VJ. How much would you charge?
When they talk about it,
We'll negotiate.
You negotiate. Interesting. And I also read somewhere that you are now into real estate.
yeah. Real estate, I have a hotel and everything.
Wow. And how's that faring?
Charlie, that's a good business, so don't go there. You know I know money, so that one.
Don't go there. Also, don't go there. Okay, still here on Joy 99.7 FM. We are having a discussion on the dance industry, and we have in the studio Adjetey Sowah, who is world dance champion 1986. Also in the studio is Uncle Ken, our dear uncle. Yeah, we like him so much. And then Robert Clark is also here. He represents the Ghana Dance Festival and Awards, Danceterra. And then Chief Moomin is a poet and a playwright.
You know, I've known Robert for a long time.
He does so many things.
For well, almost a decade, but I've never really seen him dance, even though he's always.
You
been
Wow.
Robert, I actually come to think of it.
Are you serious about that?
Don't come to think of it.
No, Robert, I've never seen you dance. I was even in the official capacity doing some event management stuff, but even at the festival, I didn't remember ever seeing you, break a bone or something like that.
Yeah, because usually when at these programs, I'm more focused on organizing and putting the people on the platform. When I'm introduced, by all means, they ask you to give some freestyle.
But are you really a dancer?
Oh, how?
Okay, you are going to prove it. I know, I'm setting him up.
He's a good dancer. He is a good dancer.
I'm setting him up for the competition at the end of the.
All right, guys. So let's
Between
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm participating.
go. You.
I mean, on that note, I mean, break it down.
You Chief Moomin.
Yes.
All right,
What
guys.
about Uncle Ken?
Oh, I mean, he will waltz his way around.
Oh my God. Joy 99.7 FM. Showbiz A to Z. Now let's go straight to the point and talk about business. So we're looking at the dance industry. We are examining the role of dancers in the creative ecosystem, and also looking at how to maximize the potential in the dance economy. We are doing this today because we think that there is so much potential in the dance industry, and so we need to put this radar on them today. Now, let me start with you, Robert Clark. So, earlier on, you were talking about how important it is for us to have dancers in the industry. But to the ordinary musician out there who is promoting his music, how have these dancers really help them to push their brands? Robert Clark.
Okay, so the question is a bit confusing because when you said dance helping you to push your brand, I'm not too sure.
I mean the brand of music. How
Oh.
are they helping them to push their brand, the brands of the musicians?
Okay, so music is consumed in many ways, and one of the ways for an African, as we all know, is dance, because dance is part and parcel of almost everything that we do, and the key word here is almost, before somebody says that it's not part of everything. In the traditional dances, in the traditional music, for example, you realize that you can't even separate the music from the dance. If you say palogo, the first thing that probably even comes to mind is the dance before even the music, because I can ask people, do you know palogo? They'll go like, yeah, and then they mention dance before they will even think of the fact that there's music. If I say, do you know adowa? They will think of the dance before they will think, before they will think of the music or the sound.
Okay.
If I say achiagbeko, there's the same. If I say agbaja, they will think of the dance before they even think about.
Good.
Yeah, so that tells you that when music is played, what makes it visible is a sound, is the dance. So dance is the eye to the sound. As in, dance is when dance is translated into body language, you see it via human beings dancing. When music is translated, as a matter of fact. So that's how vital it is. And for some reason, something that has been so central to our culture currently, in terms of monetization, in terms of the elevation, or being packaged and projected in such a way that people who actually are in this particular space can make a lot of money. That is the challenge right now. It's been neglected. The packaging has not been done. The dance space have not been enabled enough, and we need to be able to delve into that and conscientiously put in what we need to put in to ensure that that also comes up, because a lot of people in that particular space who are using that particular platform as their career, they need to have some form of decent earnings coming to them so they can take off their family and friends and elevate their game. One of the biggest shocks I had a while back was, I think I did some projects. I encountered some friends from Nigeria, and they were dancers, so obviously dancers who were talking. Only for me to later on discover that these guys who were dancers were not like the kind of dancers that we had here, in the sense that they had all gone to university and they were doing the same dance that we were doing. But most of us who were then doing whatever they were doing in terms of the Afro-Latin, we had not, then most of them had not finished university. So their level of thinking and the level of conversation was a bit high. And then later I discovered that some of the guys owned M-Class. The Mercedes-Benz is M what? Like, okay, so they had...
Hey, so all of you here, you don't know a Mercedes M-Class.
He said it.
Yeah,
Evidence of our economic might.
Had their own homes and, you know, had families. And I'm like, this is a big deal, you know, because I was wondering. Then I later on encountered the guys who came to do, there was is it Glowcaf Awards?
Yeah.
There were some dancers who came from South Africa to participate in that. And then after the whole show, you know, we're fraternizing, we're talking. And I discovered that the guys were running families, living off dance. So that was like, so why is it that the dancers around me, Charlie, is always Charlie, Abeshika, this, that kind of stuff. So when senior man here talking about the money, it's deep. It's very, very important, you know, because we've not elevated, we've not enabled that particular sector to ensure that, you know, people are able to make money off it. Look, we keep on talking about unemployment. The moment you elevate dance, you'd realize that you can literally count thousands of people being employed. That's what it means. Because there are so many people. Every year when I do the Ghana Dance Festival, in totality, I work with about 500 to 1,000 dancers. And because if you take even the gospel folks alone, 15 people, 18 people and stuff like that. Yeah, then you realize that, okay, there's a need. And that particular space needs to be looked at. Traditional dancers, a lot of them in that, because they always come with their drummers, you know, it's an ensemble.
Yeah.
You know, so you realize, Charlie, there is a need for these people who are contributing to culture, who are contributing to entertainment, who are upholding what can be referred to as an art discipline. They need to be projected. The issue runs deep, because you see, when I ask you right now who are the dance icons in Ghana, I'm not sure you will mention people who are coming from the School of Performing Arts. They have gone to school, have gone to the university, they finished, but you go and see some of them are in the banks, some of them are. So, which means the question is, what's the issue with the career for a dancer? If you say, I want to be a dancer, what is your career path? You understand what I'm saying? You know, and it's not like you can't have a few people succeeding and doing stuff, but the question is how many of them? Because you can clearly say it for a lawyer, you can clearly say it for a marketer, you can clearly say it for you know, banking, or you know, you can clearly say it for
also
a lot
with music.
Yeah, even music right now, you can even say it.
Most people don't have the technical or academic background to it.
Good. Yeah. So the people
music
who have gone to the schools, you know, what is the impact?
They are theorists
on industry. Yeah, but these are things we need to look at. You understand? So all I'm saying is that there are like huge issues in this particular space. We need to open it up. We need to delve into the space, throw light on the negatives, find ways and means to deal with them, elevate,
let's do everything here
and
today.
Help the industry to be able to grow. Developmental journalism. That should be the approach.
What are the avenues of income for the ordinary Ghanaian dancer now? The avenues, the various avenues.
Well, I hope I'm able to mention as many as I can. But if you're dancing, if you're doing music video, you get something. Because if you're dancing for an artist, you also get paid.
Oh, really? Wait.
Oh, yes.
Music video. Okay, you get
music
paid
video
for your performance.
Yes, like because you're featuring on the music video, so you have to get paid. If you're dancing like live show, you also get paid. If you are called to come and do a performance as a dancer, as a group, or even solo, you also get paid. Now, if you move from the level of being a dancer or dancing as an expression of talent to becoming a brand, then you can have a little bit of leveraging where you can appear on different platforms to be able to make money. So, for example, once you become a brand, a star, whatsoever, if we are calling you to come and sit on a particular program, like be a judge, or you are supposed to present a show, or you can even become a host of a program because you have the following, or you have huge following and you want to use your brand as a vehicle to sell, then it means that you make a lot of money. Brand as a vehicle in the sense that, look, for example, the Dance God Lloyd and Co have over 1 million followers, right? So if they are posting something for any brand, that is they exposing your brand to huge numbers of of their followers. So clearly they can earn money from that, and that's what is giving them money now. And and it goes on and on. So even the fact that Afronita got featured in a dance movie, that shows on what DSTV. Certainly some earnings will come through that particular place. If you do a dance class, you will also earn something. If you veer into the area of dance sports, which is competitive dancing, essentially you can win packages internationally. Yes, you win a lot of things internationally and locally. So we need to be able to enable people in that aspect as well. There are commercials you can also do, and it goes on and on and on. So all of these things are viable ways by which people can earn money. And if you organize your own show, certainly something should be able to come in. The only question here is how much. How much are you getting, and whether it's decent enough for you to be able to say, I can build off my dreams on the kind of revenue that's coming. How frequent is it's coming in for you to also be able to plan your life. Because if you are there and then you are not having many gigs coming in, then that's also a challenge. Internationally too, the international gigs are usually nice. If you have an opportunity to tour, like recently Dance God went to tour in Europe. Obviously every place you go, you clock in something.
That's it.
And some have had invitations from Ghana to go to Russia. Some have gone to Japan. And all of that. So do,
impressive.
Different programs, and they make money. So those are some of the.
Let me come to you, Adjetey. So during your time, did you also have as many avenues as Robert has just mentioned?
Yeah, I mean, we were mostly commercials, TV commercials, and what do you call it? I mean, our time is more of the dancing competition. Let me say, put it that way.
Mainly the
dancing.
So it means we now have a lot of avenues now.
Even bigger than music, whatever it is, because dancing competition was everywhere, every corner. I mean, from Monday to Sunday, dancing competition everywhere. So that's where we make more money. And then, like you said, TV commercials, and then, backing artists or whatever, all that will make.
Robert, as we speak now, can one make a living out of dancing in Ghana?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
But you have to work very hard. There's you really, really, really have to work extremely hard. You have to build a brand. Your brand has to be recognized by the right people, and you have to put in constant work. Because the guys who are in the space right now, who are known for what they are doing, they are making money. Some have bought cars, and some are, and all of Charlie. So they are making money. But the thing is, the fact that we need to be able to enable more people to fit in that particular space. It shouldn't be the work should be open the doors for as many as are available that can make money to be able to make money. You understand? Not necessarily just a few. The few, yes, have showed us the way, and we are happy. But really, yes, you can make money, but we need to have more people making money.
Robin, just a minute. Talking about making money, would you say, therefore, that when it comes to the state, it is the traditional dancers who can make money out of the state, instead of the others who ply their trade on TikTok? Because I don't see.
It's not only the traditional. Because let me put it this way. I mean, back in the 80s, even the state, when the state is having a program,
it depends on the program.
Even the government.
It depends on the program.
Yeah.
If you're having a state function, for instance, where it involves diplomats from other places,
then you have those traditional.
Yeah, I was doing that. That's what I was coming to. I was doing that.
But it comes to reason that you
even let me
would
say,
want to.
You finish.
You would want to exhibit your traditional dancers in such an environment. If the president or the state was hosting a dinner, for those people, then Adjetey Sowah can also come in and do whatever dance moves that he wants to do to entertain.
Which I was doing.
Exactly. So I don't dispute what you are saying. I'm just saying that the ratio of state functions
comparatively
and state entertainment sways in the way of traditional dances.
Sure, it does.
Wouldn't you say so, Robert?
Yes, certainly. That's
so
what happens.
I agree with you when you say that you have to have a brand to sell. Out there, and it's brilliant. Yeah.
So the guys have done well by moving from just dance as a leisure to get into the space where they have become brands. They are institutions, and you can you see their impact, you see what they are doing, and clearly you know that when you want to engage them, whether it's for corporate bonding sessions, you want to just whatsoever, you know, say for drop the money.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
you can't. The shadow will take your days actually.
Exactly.
You have to. You have to get ready for
Let
it.
me go on the phone line and speak to Endurance Grand.
Sure.
She's one of the dancers making it big now. I don't want to say a female dancer. She's a dancer.
Oh, but you can
And she's
mention the female. That's good.
She's female, isn't she?
Hello, Endurance.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
And how are you enduring the system?
I'm enjoying life every day. I'm enjoying life every day.
Great. And we're also happy to have you here. We have some great personalities right here. Adjetey Sowah is here, Uncle Ken, Robert, Chief Mumin, they're all here. And today we are talking about the dance industry. Now, we've seen the exploits you're making in this industry. Let me ask you, how has the journey been so far for you?
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say a very big thank you for putting me on this initiative, and I greet Madam Adjetey Sowah and the rest of the people that made or paved the way for us. My journey through dance has not been easy. I've had ups and downs, and the interesting part about it is I never believed that I would become a dance artist. I had it in me to dance, go to parties, and showcase my dance talent, but I never believed it was the purpose I was called to do. Until after life hit me hard, and I realized, or God opened my eyes to see that this is what I was called to do. So it has not been an easy journey, but I'm thankful for how far I've come so far.
And how far do you intend taking this to?
I intend to take it as far as possible, where I touch lives that don't get to see me physically. I pray that I get to a point where I'm able to be on a very huge platform just to teach dance, for people to know that no matter where you come from, there's still hope and there's still light at the end of the tunnel.
Great. How do you make your money?
Usually I have this online course I hold every month. And apart from that, my team, DWP, and I, we get featured on music videos. And usually there are clients that come to me personally for challenges. That is to host challenges on social media and also appearance on programs and you name it.
So when you appear on a program, you get paid?
Yes, I do.
So if you come to my Showbiz A-Z, how much do I pay you?
Meet me in Chambers for that one. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Now, how much do you charge for a challenge video for an artist?
It actually, I don't have a fixed amount because of how social media is. You know, social media tends to grow each and every day. But it all depends on the package you are going for.
Okay. And I've seen some of your colleagues also trying to do music alongside. They do their own songs and upload on YouTube, make money of it. What do you make of that?
I think it's a blessing to be a dancer and at the same time have the talent to put music out there. Because I feel like if you're a dancer and you also have the talent to produce music or compose a song, it means that you know the heart of people, because you know what the audience and you know what individuals want to hear. I think it's a very, very big blessing to BWP Academy as a whole, to have music artists in our midst.
Would you attempt doing something like that?
Oh, wait and see. It's in the pipeline. It's coming.
Oh, in the pipeline?
Yeah, it's in the pipeline.
Where is the line coming from?
The line, you see, the line is a very huge one. But because of the plan, because of how big it is, we have put it in the pipeline. So that it's not seen for now. It's going to take you by surprise.
We hope the pipeline doesn't get choked, though. It should come fast.
Amen. Thank you.
Now, what are some of the challenges you've gone through so far?
I would say when it comes to the fact that some music management, they don't appreciate the effort that dancers tend to put in the industry. They just think you can just dance and that's it. But dancing is beyond what some management in the industry think. You know, you can see where a management will reach out to a dancer and they want you to do something for a song or a project. And you as a dancer, you know the plans and the strategy to use to promote that particular song. But they send a message across to you, making it look like anybody else can do it. But the truth is, not everybody can do what we do. There's a reason why it's a talent, and there's a reason why you have come to us to want to collaborate with us on a project. So one of the challenges dancers face right now is the fact that we are not respected. But I can tell for a fact that we are making a difference right now, and we're changing the narrative in the entertainment industry. As the day goes by, it's going to be different.
Awesome. Talking about respect. So most parents wouldn't even allow their children to get into such areas like dancing. How did your parents take this when you told them you wanted to be a dancer?
First of all, I wanted to be a footballer. My mom was not in support of me playing football. She wanted me to be a lawyer. But then I had to leave my family at a very young age to come down to Ghana to pursue my football career. She was not in support of it. Like, they were not in support of it at all. But along the line, when football wasn't working out for me, I chose another path. That is to work, get a job for myself, feed myself, because I was just alone here. But along the line, I was inspired and I was motivated that I had a spark in me that people needed to see. All thanks to my sister's husband and Adjetey Sowah, who pushed me to see the talent I had for dance. So as for my parents agreeing, they were not in support of it. But right now, she can clearly thank God that I didn't listen to her when it came to that aspect.
So she's happy now, right?
Oh, she's happy. She's very happy. She pays for me
because money is coming home.
You know, I send money every month. A mother, I think that's one of the happiness of a mother, to see your child succeed.
Okay, Endurance. We are thankful for your time, but please don't go. Hold on for a while. Let me take opinions from my honorable members in the studio here. I'll come back to you on the line. Still here on Joy 99.7 FM. We're talking about the dance industry. Let me go to Chief Moment. Chief, we've listened to Robert and listened to Endurance as well. She is currently one of the biggest dancers that we have, and also on TikTok, Uncle Ken's TikTok. What do you have to say to...
Endurance, I just want you to know that I have a shorter pipeline. So very soon I'll be calling you for a collaboration. I'm in the space of theater. I work with a lot of dancers, albeit I've done a lot with traditional dancers. But I have a production that is coming up that I'll be working with a lot of contemporary dancers. So please take note of the name Chief Moment. I'll give you a call. But congratulations to your generation and the way that you are branding dance now. I think that over the years, parents were skeptical of their children entering the creative art, not just dancing, because they weren't very sure about, how viable it was. Every parent is looking for their child to have a sustainable future, well employed, gainfully employed. And over the years, the traditional sectors have been where people have been employed, right? The civil service, the private sector, banking, etc. So it's understandable when parents are a bit, anxious about their children venturing into the creative arts. But we're beginning to see a change of minds, a change of attitudes as the industry begins to grow and more opportunities begin to open up, and young people venturing into the arts beginning to show, some economic value and a sustainable future out of it. Obviously we are still not out of the woods yet. Yeah, I'm sure for every 10 people who venture, maybe I don't know, 3-4 of them may succeed, others may not. So people are still justifiably anxious. But I'm happy that one of the things that for me in the creative arts is just the sheer grit of young people, in all our fields, whether it's in theater, it's in music, it's in dance, where there's hardly any support, where there's hardly any a structure, you know, to support your craft, you can see that a lot of young people, just out of passion, grit, and talent, are building systems, you know, are building opportunities for themselves. They are not waiting for handouts. They are going out there, you know, and killing themselves every day in order to build something. And for me, that's one of the things that I'm proud of this generation. You know, we usually hear a lot of comments about young people being lazy and doing blah blah blah, but come to the creative industry and see. That's why some of us have always advocated that if you are looking for the biggest concentration of entrepreneurs, and I'm using the word, you know, generally, you would find them in the creative field, because there's a field that with little capital, but with your talent and your passion, your consistency, you can build something. So you look at all of these people walking around with their cameras, becoming photographers. Now wedding photography has become a huge industry, right? And photography itself is gaining the opportunity that you find yourself. Now look at these young, dancers too. Dance is moving into areas that you hitherto wouldn't find. They are becoming influencers. And another area I wanted to talk about is even dance as therapy and exercise, which is big, especially around the world. You know, people just join dance clubs or dance schools just so that they can keep their body active. That's an area that in itself is a huge opportunity. And when it comes to vigorous dance that, you know, absorbs the body, the mind, and the soul, it means the African dance, you know, because you are so every part of your being. Africans dance with every part of their body, so it is good exercise as well. So yeah, congratulations to Endurance and to the generation of popular dancers coming out of the country, and we are looking forward to bigger things, and then we can achieve that with collaboration with people like myself who will bring in our writing and curatorial skills to work with some of these big stars to create productions that we can take around the world. So yes.
All right, let me go to Uncle Ken. Uncle Ken, Endurance, one of the fast rising dancers that we have in this country now.
Oh, hasn't she risen already?
I rose.
I was telling Robert,
yeah,
you know, while she was speaking, that she sounded very, you know, intelligent.
Yes, very intelligent.
Impressive, knew what she was about, you know, and a very confident young lady.
Articulate her views properly.
She really did articulate her views properly. And Robert was saying that these days, some of these people, you know, the upcoming ones are getting a lot of education. Well-educated people, and are getting into the, you know, swing of things. That's good for the industry, because you see, dance has always been lucrative as an art form.
Yeah,
it has always been lucrative from the days of Fred Astaire. You know, the tap dancers back. You would know. Yeah, no. You know, those tap dancers back in the day.
We don't know. Fred Astaire sounds like
Sammy Davis Jr. Yeah, them guys. They were making lots of money entertaining people. It followed up with the choreography where Michael Jackson, on his music videos, his sister Janet Jackson, they sold their music through dance.
The biggest pop star, Michael. I mean, that's an important point.
Oh yes,
reflecting on it, Michael Jackson was a dancer.
He was,
you know, and I dare say that made
just
him
more of a dancer than the music.
Yeah, because obviously when the music is playing, what you see is the dance.
The theatrics.
Yeah. Now, at some point, Janet Jackson was earning more than Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
And in that particular thing, she was referred to as an artist having a triple threat, which is ability to act, ability to sing, and ability to dance. And the dance was one of the most prominent things that also shot Janet Jackson into the limelight. So we know dance is very huge, and we need to be able to
dance has always been huge. You know your sick tune for Say It Loud.
Yes.
Do you know who the artist is?
Yes.
Who?
James Brown.
James Brown.
Yeah.
James Brown was an accomplished dancer.
Yeah.
Sold his craft through dance and the music. You know, you watch James Brown slide from one end of the stage to the other in his performances. You know, and
it's crucial.
I mean, these people were making money through dance. So dance has never been an art form that is not lucrative.
Okay.
If you ask me. Somewhere along the line, it stalled. You know, because we Ghanaians, we look down on a lot of art forms where other countries elevate those art forms And the people who are in those forms even earn more money than government officials. And
Oh yeah.
what
of course.
have you?
Of course.
You know, Robert.
Yeah.
Back in the UK, I mean, entertainers are more popular than politicians.
Yeah, that one there.
Entertainers are more popular.
Isn't that
Is it the
debatable?
reverse in Ghana?
Oh, isn't it?
Is it?
Isn't that debatable?
Well,
No, no, in Ghana,
sometimes the politicians are more entertaining.
Entertainers are more
the
popular,
scheme
yeah,
of
yeah,
things.
You know,
I'm
because
talking
in
about
Ghana, the
popularity
politicians can be more
or
entertaining than the
influence.
entertainers. They will give you a showdown.
Wait, showdown.
Even if you entertain in Ghana and you are capable of entertaining 3/4 of the population,
Yeah.
people still look at you from a certain.
No, I can say they are more popular, but then when it comes to money side, they make more money than an entertainer.
Than the entertainers.
Yes.
You know, and I think that today's crop of entertainers,
Yeah.
from listening to them, are lucky in the sense that they have a lot of avenues
Sure.
where they can
Sure.
make money. You know, social media is a huge platform for them,
Yeah.
and you cannot deny that. So they have no reason to worry themselves about not having avenues where they can exploit to make money. It's there for them. And like Robert said, you need to be disciplined. You need to have a brand. You need to practice.
Yeah.
Practice. You know, it is often said that practice makes perfect. A friend of mine in the UK once then told me that it is only perfect practice that makes perfect.
Not just any practice.
Not just practice.
Wow.
You know, yes. And that's the issue.
Is there anything like perfect practice?
Wow, that's what you have to aim for. Because you see, when I just said perfect practice makes perfect, you said, it's not just any practice. That's what your first comment. Why did you say that? Because somebody might say, I'm going to practice, but might not put everything into the practice to get to where they're supposed to get to. So they have the avenues, and I think they should exploit them.
Great.
I just quickly want to say
Robert,
something.
yes.
So the first one is the fact that the crop of people who are coming out are educated. I think it's not even just for the dancers, but it's for the people of the arts.
The creatives
I think
in
there
general. Yeah.
There was some time that most of the people who were doing music were not necessarily like graduates, so to say.
It was just the passion.
Yeah, it was just a passion. And you see, and the reason is because you don't have to finish school before somebody would ask an actor to put their acting capabilities to use and start earning money. You can be 12 years and you can be put in a movie and you start making money. If you are able to sing and you are 15 years and somebody needs your services, they can start paying you money when you're 15 years.
Yeah.
So and it's the same for the sports. So for example, you can play football, and so there's under 18, you go and play, and maybe you haven't finished university, so to say. So the question here is so the thing was, for most people, they focus on the money because the skill was with them, and they didn't need education. They thought, or at least they thought they didn't need education. But right now, people are realizing that, okay, so it's not just the talent. Talent is not enough. You need to be able to add something. And I think that even our senior here has said it again and again, that the dancers coming should try as much as possible to gain education. You know, because at the end of the day, it's supposed to help. And I like what is happening, because you see, the level of education you get informs and influences how you even want to sell your brand.
Exactly.
You understand? It makes you appreciate everything about the world of branding, how to commercialize, how to package yourself, how to speak, interviews you are supposed to be making, places you are supposed to go, and all of that, contracts you are supposed to read and understand.
Robert, I'm not
appreciate
catching you,
the
but let me
terms in
ask Endurance what her educational background is. Endurance,
Yes.
what's your educational background? Your level of education?
I completed senior high school in 2014,
Wow.
and I'm looking forward to into the university.
Okay. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, you said you completed senior high school?
in 2014, and then I stopped because of financial issues, but I'm looking forward to furthering my education. Very, very soon.
What area or course do you intend to pursue when you go back to school?
Real estate. Real estate.
Real estate.
Yes, yes. I love property.
Yeah, maybe I've been telling them, to take
Listen to Uncle Adjetey Sowah. Okay, so Uncle.
Yeah.
Somebody also wants to get into your field of real estate. You know, for the time being, she's enjoying the dancing and making money out of it. But when she has the chance to go back to school, she wants to get into real estate. So that is her educational background, her aspirations. Let me come back to you, Robert.
Yeah, so I'll say two things to that. So first of all, I like the fact that she's thinking that way because all dancers are supposed to think that way. My reason is because having worked with them over the period, I started promoting a particular concept I call Project 35.
Okay.
The idea is that when you're 35 years old, by 35, you should start looking for another skill or another area of revenue generation. The reason is because dance is more like a sport for the youth. If you talk to senior here, you'd realize that most of the time they were doing these things, they were like 18, 19, 20, 21. The time they were winning the national dance championships, they were in their 20s. So what? After 10 years, then what happens? 15 years, then what happens? So when you've lost your dance appeal because your body probably is tired and you can't do so many things that the younger people are doing, then what happens? So I keep telling my guys that learn another skill. So the guys who actually work with me, one of them had talent he loved everything video and editing and stuff. I got some guys at my office to start working on their camera works. The camera guy, they worked on his camera, trained him a little. One of the guys, I sat him down with some guys from GH1, the time Charterhouse used to own GH1, just so that they can take them through a few things about editing. And then they became responsible for editing what we do on Dance Terra. So at some point, I had dancers who were shooting video, dancers who were editing, and dancers who were doing PR for everything that we were doing, because I wanted to give them skill beyond the dance, so that after a while, when you cannot dance, like, because when you see the younger ones dancing, you give up. Exactly, So you need to move into other areas of the ecosystem and allow the younger ones to be able to do that. So I keep telling them that. So I'm happy that that's the kind of vision and that's the dream that she has, because you won't be you're not going to be at the top forever. So you just need to be able to have that backup plan. Otherwise, if that doesn't happen, after 35 years, you become frustrated, and who knows, anything else negative could happen to you. So that's one of the
Kwame, I wanted to ask Robert, what about movies? The dance troops. You see what dance did for Indian movies.
Okay. There is dance drama?
Yes.
Yeah.
Indian movies, they tell their story through, various dance forms and that kind of thing. The sound of music is a very popular classic because of the music. And the music, when you put it into a stage play, has to be projected through dance forms.
Yeah.
You understand? And I'm wondering why we in Ghana haven't seen enough dance
movies.
Yeah.
I think I came out with 2 movies.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
We call it Fatima and When I Go and Get Stuff. But then the Patronize was,
It didn't go well.
Which
year was this?
That was around 2002.
2002.
Yeah, 2002. I came out with a Fatima, and then 2004 When I Go and Get Stuff.
Okay.
I mean, that was even When I Go and Get Stuff. That was a movie that even GTV shows on Christmas.
Okay.
On Christmas Day. So it was good. But
it was
then
based on the
the movie system in Ghana. Selling the movie and making money. And the money wasn't coming the way I wanted.
And you needed the money.
Yeah.
But just to say, so I was happy when Multi Choice did that thing with Afro Nita.
Yeah.
Legwork, I think that's the name of the movie. So at least on their platform, and they are funding a lot of things right now. So they give it that visibility. The rotation is there, and obviously, they take care of some of these elements. But again, you see, that kind of conversation is the nature is a kind of conversation we need to have as people of the arts. So Chief Moment was just saying that he's got project that he's going to do.
Yeah, with endurance.
Exactly. So he will need dancers to work with. So it is that collaboration. that at the end of the day, if we are able to work amongst the people of the arts, because he will need musicians as well.
Yeah,
he will need poets. So it's there's a way. His project, for example, brings together everybody. You understand? And then, so he will do that for live stage, and then a movie director would require the same set of people, but this time around. For a movie.
And it's going to be very expensive.
Exactly. So these are things that we can enable. When we say enabling, if you want to sell your culture, because look, a lot of us learned hip-hop culture from movies. Save the Last Dance. What's the name? The series Step Up. We watched them over and over and over again, and even in music videos, people were always watching to be able to copy dance moves. So it is what it is. These are things that could be done in terms of enablement, and collaboration is required.
Okay, Chief.
Sometime in 2017, like when I started my work budget or the production on Ghanaian history, I spent quite a lot of time trying to get support to go to take it international for a major international exhibition, and I was looking for support locally. And my argument was that one of the ways in which we can sell our culture is how we elevate it on a big stage. So if we did, like, let's say a major production, in the US and London, bring in, entertainers, bring in producers, bring in celebrities, and let them experience our dance form in a curated environment, with the technical abilities, with the light, sound, and the spectacle. And my argument was that such a presentation can even inspire people to adopt it into their own kind of stuff. I mean, for example, I use just a basic example. Imagine Beyonce sitting down watching a work budget, looking at the beautiful dance moves, the energy. I mean, these things inspire artists, and they will like, okay, my next music video, I want to appropriate something like this, and that creates an opportunity, for what we're doing. So we must understand that now the world is a global village. The young artists who are using the platform of TikTok, that was before TikTok and all of that, right? What you're beginning to see is that once these platforms are available and they are putting their works on those platforms, it is creating, a global familiarity for their art forms. And the more the world is familiar with our products, the more we are expanding the market of opportunity, because at the end of the day, it is market. Without the support to take the things international, now we can see the impact that at least with those international platforms. So if we are a bit more intentional, if we're able to get more investment, like some of us and others are trying to do like a big, stage musical, to do a big movie musical, bring all of these elements together, not only are you creating employment opportunities for a lot of the hundreds of these people that you are working with, but you are also, creating products that is making the world familiar. Yeah. So I see what I'm doing, for example. I mean, I put about 200 people on stage. We're going to get to a time that we'll put 500 people on stage. But one of the reasons why I do what I do specifically is because I feel that there's a glass ceiling that we face in our part of the world. We have the talent, we have the abilities, but we're never able to go beyond a particular, border or a particular ceiling, because we are not able to get the kind of investment that we need to create globally competitive products that would present our culture in ways that even though we are living with a culture, we'll be amazed, right? So that's why some of us for the past couple of years have really dedicated our time and energy to get the kind of investment that we need to create the kinds of products that we need that can go international. And I've always said that those who have actually done that, the Western companies who have done that, and Lion King, if you've seen the Lion King stage musical, it's an African aesthetic. African dance. They even import performers from South Africa and other places, right? It has grossed over $8 billion in the box office, over 25 years. That one product on stage. What about those of us who have the culture itself, the spirit of the culture, within the context where Africa now is becoming very cool? People are looking for a lot of empowering content out of Africa. A lot of the international organizations are coming. If we don't invest in telling our own stories through our own art forms, whether it's music, it's dance, it's movie, it's poetry, it's acting, whatever, if we don't invest, others will actually come and do it. And in the long run, they would benefit from it economically. So I've been on a campaign that, look, we've invested a lot. Yeah, in real estate, I agree with you. It's good to invest. But you see a Ghanaian who has 100 houses and still counting. At the end of the day, you have 2, 3, 5 houses, So we are advocating for people to diversify their portfolio of investment. Okay. Look at how the money markets disappointed all of us. People, for many years, were told, put your money in investment, in bonds, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people have lost money through that system. So what do you invest in? invest in value creation. This value may not be tangible. I think that for many of us, our idea of investment is a japadier. So you see the building, you know that yes, it is tangible to touch. But there is intellectual property. There is IP. That is value.
The reason why they do that is because of the disappointment you just spoke about. Your house here, they.
Yes, but I'm saying that, but the disappointment is pretty much recent. We've not had this case with the money market until recently.
Make the arguments, but take out real estate.
Oh no, I'm not saying don't invest in real estate. I'm saying that in any advanced economy, you have a diversity of investment, right? But if all of the money is going into one sector of the economy, then at the end of the day, you are not growing the economy, right? So my argument is that yes, build the houses, but at least if you can afford to build 100 houses,
money to invest
at
back
least, no,
into
I'm not saying no, if you can afford to build 100 houses, at least build 80 and put the money for 20 houses in another area, because we don't understand the idea of value of IP, which is really big now. And my argument is that if we don't invest in creating the IP of today, the intellectual property of today, others will do that. Just as how our natural resources have been exploited, not to our advantage, our cultural resources would also be exploited.
Fantastic.
Because at some point, the global brands who are used to this, who know the business of IP and value creation, will invest. Someone will come and sign the Afronitas, someone will come and sign whoever is in the system, and then these people become big stars internationally. And at the end of the day, they would succeed, but the trickle-down effect to the local economy will not be there.
But
so
Chief,
we are beginning to
Chief, those investors, if they don't see the returns from what you are talking about, would not put their money there.
But you see, then how do societies? But we are saying that you can make the returns, right? That's why some of us are trying to make important business case. It's just that people's mindset is not there. We are saying that once your mindset is there, once you begin to understand that the creative industry is also a viable, industry for investment, people will diversify their portfolio. So that's why we're on a campaign
with visible returns.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that.
And in all this, we need talent managers as well.
Uncle, can I make your promise?
Talent managers.
I can make your
very
promise
important.
today.
Let me quickly speak to that one. Okay. So one of the things I like about what DWP did is the fact that they created a structure.
Okay.
And in their team, it wasn't just about the dancers. They also had somebody who was for the business. And that was Quabbles.
The Quabbles, okay.
Yeah, they dance off. Nothing. Right now, I'd be like...
He's the CEO.
He's listening, but...
He's the CEO.
I'm not saying listening, but now he tries more. But you see, what he did is what has helped these young folks, because they joined, they learned how to dance.
So he manages all of them?
Yeah, so he's managing them. You understand? So the structure he's created, you inherit that particular structure, and it becomes easier for you to know that this is how it is done.
Okay.
And so you follow that particular path. Why am I saying this? Because even when you go to the School of Performing Arts, that they teach dance, they don't teach dance business.
Okay.
You understand? They teach music, they don't teach music business. But the business is what holds the show business, because there's a show and then there's a business. You understand? And so it comes back to what senior manager here was saying, that is the knowing how to collect your money, knowing it's just the business aspect. That's one of the biggest problems we have. So we have a lot of people within the arts who are yet to learn. Chief Moment is speaking plenty English here, but you realize that
we are all speaking English.
Robert, you see, that statement is used to discount the
point. I haven't finished.
Because in Ghana, they are speaking plenty English. It means that Kasabanya. I
take it back. I'm taking it back.
Robert, please take it back.
The moment is speaking here, but he would tell you that he learns the business of what he's doing through practice.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not like it was part of the things he was taught in school. Abi, Chief,
he didn't learn business.
I mean, I have a response. You finish.
Please.
So essentially, all I'm saying is that there's a need for us to be able to delve into that space where we don't just focus on the arts, but we focus on the business aspect of everything with respect to the arts, whether as musicians or as
you want to
artists.
respond?
He'll respond.
I'm not responding.
He mentioned something about intellectual property, which has brought something to mind. So I saw a particular conversation within the space where we're talking about using IP as collateralizing IPs, and that was within the Nigerian economy. They were discussing that, and they've gotten to that point where they are saying that how do they get a central bank to help their banks to understand and accept IP as a collateral.
Intellectual property.
Yes. so that they can take money from the various banks to invest in the arts. So that's a big conversation that we need to be actually discussing.
We need to delve into
that is where they've gotten to. But see what they are doing already now. Imagine if they're able to gain extra money because of the collateralization of IP.
Wow.
That's a big deal. Now, with respect to the IP conversation, I think there was one particular platform that I was on. There was a conference. I was with Peter of P Square and Kafi. Kafi is one of the biggest dance experts ever in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and she organized a program, and we were talking about. So we're having a conversation, and it's led to, you can't just use my music. My music is, dancers need to learn how to use music and stuff like that. Then I raised an issue. I'm like, okay, what happens to the intellectual property of the person who created the dance? Every day we dance, we pick. It's like right now, if you use a musician's music, right?
Yeah.
The person can raise it up and go like, you have. Okay, so why are you using my music without clearance? Who gave you the license? But if somebody also creates a dance and you use it, where's your clearance? So does intellectual property cover dancers in terms of what we do? Because you see, when it comes to literature, in a book, they will tell you cannot use a portion or part of this particular book unless you have clearance or you have license or you've written permission. But what happens to the dancers? So if Senior Man here has created several moves and has been used and even used commercially, what does he get from that?
Did he patent them?
If copyright works from the moment it is created.
Okay.
That is how the law is. Once it is not yours, it is not yours. So the question here is, does the law recognize and protect and even allow for these things to exist? So these are topics that I want to begin to
we will get into that.
Yeah, we need to, because somebody has created
that.
choreography, you pick it up. Somebody creates a dance move, it becomes viral, everybody's doing it in the world, and then you go and put it in a music video, or you put it in a movie or something, and then use it, and it's commercial, and you pay everybody for all their contributions. Are you paying for the dancer? And what they did in terms of what they created, the choreographer. These are conversations we also need to be able to have to find out whether the law is on our side.
Let me speak to Endurance before I come to you. Endurance, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So please, before you go, what advice do you have to give to your other colleagues who want to enter into this dance profession?
Okay, my advice is, regardless of whatever comes to you or whatever hits you, don't give up. If this is what you feel like, you feel strongly about dance, you feel like this is your purpose, this is your passion, don't give up, and also don't remain in your comfort zone. You see, we tend to relax ourselves when we think we've gotten to a certain point in our life. My advice is for us not to remain in our comfort zone. We should be open to learn new things every day, because even the people that are great out there in the world that inspire us, they get up every day to learn new things. I think we should always have humility and put God first, and also learn to balance education and your dance, no matter how hard it might be.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for your time today on Showbiz A-Z on Joy 99.7 FM. I will catch you later on TikTok. And let me say greetings to Dempsey.
Thank you. You know.
All right. Thanks so much. Okay. All right. So that was Endurance, grand dancer there on Showbiz A-Z, Joy 99.7 FM. We have some of your thoughts coming in. Let me take this one. Good afternoon. Do you know Uncle Ken was a dancer in the UK? From Emmanuel Ayambila. Hey, really? Are you sure you know the Uncle Ken you're talking about, or we don't know him better? Okay. Good afternoon to your awesome pundits. It's always lovely listening to Mr. Adjetey. There is every reason to appreciate and celebrate him and Uncle Ken. I'd plead with him to keep supporting the industry, especially now that we discuss high life music, hip-hop music, and dance in our basic schools. Massa, I'm interested in the voiceover audition, okay? Please, you people must try and host some of these programs in Cove Town. It's not Cove City, please. Thanks to you all. I am Kentinka Michael, aka Dr. Kant from Koforidua. The song Good Sing by Olive the Boy was massively streamed after a dance trend of it, made by dancer Endurance Grand, went viral on TikTok from Roger from Kole Gono. I'm happy that you are educating the public on dancing as a profession. This is necessary because the perception about dancing was terrible, but much appreciations to Adjetey, Afronita, and some other guys. I also don't know if it's well structured so that it doesn't become like the voiceover thing. Seriously, it's hard to rely on dancing to make a living. Okay, so I would advise that dancing should become a second profession while there is a major one. But I'm glad at the trend at which it is going now. More hoops for this career. This shall widen the employment avenues, prospects, and make us an industrious and less burdened. And it's a lot of advantages. Thumbs up for this topic. Okay, you can also send yours now. 05511119997. Do we have more? Okay, Uncle Ken. So somebody sent in this message. Says, good afternoon. Do you know Uncle Ken was a dancer in the UK? This is from Emmanuel Ayambila from the Horse's Own Mouth.
Did he teach me how to do that? I wonder where he got that from.
If he had said yes, Uncle Ken, you must see a pine. Then we see your dance moves right now.
Emmanuel Ayambila, where did you get that from?
Maybe it's a different Uncle Ken, not you. Chief Mumin, did you also learn dancing from the UK?
Chief,
yes, Uncle Ken. I know the kind of dancing he used to do. So
you know,
yeah, you know.
Mess up.
No.
Mess up.
So yeah, I mean he used to waltz a lot, you know. So
okay.
Yeah, ballroom dancer. You know. So you see, I mean Robert has spoken a lot of English. I'll be remiss if I didn't do that. Anyway, I mean, he's raised it from
you don't forgive.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I just
you gave him a showdown.
But funny enough, what I was going to say something positive.
Please, let's hear you.
Yeah, I mean, so you see, it's also important that when we're making this point, you know, it's not like artists in Ghana sitting there asking for handouts. You know, I've already mentioned how if you look at the art industry, it's actually young people making things out of nothing and building careers. But it's a give and take. It's 50-50, right? First of all, as an artist in Ghana, you are forced to be an entrepreneur. Okay. So ask any major artist who is doing anything, right? You have to do your own business. I mean, for someone like me who is a writer, you know, but I have to do the business. I have to do the proposals, the budgeting, the marketing, everything, you know, because you really have to be a generalist to get the work going and, you know, and make people understand how commercially viable it is. So that one artist are already doing, knocking on doors, looking for opportunity. But the point I'm also making is that we also have to move into a space where society begins to see, you know, the opportunity in the art. And we don't even have to, as artists, we don't even have to prove that opportunity because now the world is a global village. So when you look at what is happening elsewhere, you can tell if that business of the art is making sense in other jurisdictions, it means that it can make sense in other jurisdictions. In our jurisdiction, if you go abroad and you go and see a business opportunity and it hasn't been done in Ghana, but you see that it's a viable opportunity, you won't come back and say, because no one has done it, I'm not going to do it, right? Because you see that others have done it and it's successful. So I'm also advocating that from our banking sector to our private sector to, you know, even our government sector, we must also begin to see the art as a viable, you know, area of investment. And with every investment, some will succeed and some will not succeed, right? But those who succeed, your hope is always that they will succeed so much that they will cover your losses. I mean, let me give you a good example. I mean, one of the biggest real estate investors in this country today is who? Just from the top of your mind. Just anyone. One of the biggest real estate investors. Robert.
What's his name?
Continue.
Uncle Ken.
Continue.
No,
we are not in the classroom.
No, he's a media personality.
Freedom.
No, not freedom. More into a member of the East Legon Club.
Please continue.
Despite, thank you very much. Yes, no, I want, you people, I was setting it up, right? Uncle Despite, or Despite is one of the biggest real estate investors, right? But when Despite started, one of the ways in which he amassed wealth was through what? Was through the entertainment industry. Was through the music industry, right? Was through investing in music, selling cassettes, blah, 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 gathering capital.
Music, production. Despite was the producer, was the distributor.
Yeah, so he was very big in those days, right?
Yeah.
So in fact, let me even say that if the creative arts was one of the ways in which he was able to amass his wealth from the very beginning to reinvest in other areas, including the media and the creative art. And the media is within the creative arts, right? Then it behoves on a successful person like that to come back to his first love, right? So that's some of the advocacy that we are making, that people, because art thrives when people who have resources in the society invest in it. Sometimes not even for profit, but as patrons. So when you go to any of these big, you go to the States, you find foundations for the art. You go to the Carnegie Hall. Carnegie made his money from steel, but endowed a lot of money to the art, because art is also about your civilization. That's how you preserve your civilization, your identity as a people. The literature you produce, the music you produce. Sometimes it may not be for economic values, like transportations, like trains. When the government invests in trains, it's not necessarily because they want to make money out of it, because it serves a particular social good. So we need to get to a point in society that not only do we have great patrons for the art, people who are just giving money for things because it's important for the art to thrive, but also people who understand that this is a next frontier of exploitation. And if we as Africans do not invest in telling our own stories, others will come and do it for us, and we'll be here complaining that why are they doing it?
Thank you very much.
But I want to make our uncle cannot.
Showbiz A-Z on Joy 99.7 FM. We've been having a discussion on the dance industry. In the studio, I have Uncle Ken Adi, Adjetey Sowah, World Dance Champion 1986. Robert Clark, founder of Ghana Dance Festival and Awards, and then Chief Movement Poet and Playwright. But the Guinness Ghana DJ Awards is here again. Now, the public nomination for the Guinness Ghana DJ Awards is now open. So take your chance. It's your chance to be part of the biggest celebration of the development of the music industry. So join us, celebrate, reward, and empower radio, mobile, and club DJs. Just go to entry.ghanadjawards.org and check out the categories for the 11th annual Guinness Ghana DJ Awards. Just follow the process to nominate your favorite today. The website is www.entry.ghanadjawards.org. And please note the deadline for the submission of entries is Friday, 29th September 2023. The Guinness Ghana DJ Awards is powered by Smirnoff and also sponsored by Game Park Games, Virtual Sounds Lab, DSTV Aquaba Magic, PC Entertainment, Hooked On Entertainment, and the media partners are Joy 99.7 FM, Hit 103.9 FM, Joy Prime TV, WhatsApp TV, GhanaMusic.com, and Showbiz TV. 2023 Guinness Ghana DJ Awards, moved by music. But in case you don't know, you are brave, you are confident, you are determined, and you deserve this. So treat yourself with a bottle of Puma drinks. Yes, Puma drinks are specially made for you. So enjoy Puma drinks in cola and orange. Puma drinks got you and your whole friends and family covered. And you deserve to be celebrated every day. So grab a chilled bottle for proper enjoyment. Last, the hustle will pay off. Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Best served chilled. You can call them on 0262 351 251. Puma drinks, another quality product from Casapro Company Limited. This art is FDA approved. Some good news for you. The Commissioners Church International invites you to a marriage conference with the head pastor, Reverend Kasim Azwai. This massive conference is dubbed "A Successful Marriage is Dependent on God's Word." Yeah. And it's starting already. Yesterday was day one. Today's 10 a.m. to 12 noon. It also took place. Tomorrow 8:30 a.m. till 12 noon. The third edition will be held, or the third phase will be held, taking place at the church premises adjacent Achimota Melcom around Achimota New Plan. Call them on 0242 353 971 or 0242 879 896. Let me also tell you that tomorrow is a Sunday. Yeah. For those of you who don't like going to church, or who, because of something, you can't go to church, like Robert Clark, you still need to listen to the Word of God. So listen to Joy 99.7 FM, 1:30 p.m. for Pentecost Hour. Of course, the chairman of the Church of Pentecost, Apostle Eric Nyameche, will be on this Sunday, tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. So just listen as Apostle Nyameche brings you life-transforming truth that nourishes the soul, ignites passion, and restores hope in the nations. The Church of Pentecost, we are possessing the nation for the Lord. And we are still in church. This time around, we're going to church with Ni Okai. So the Ni Okai Ministries, in partnership with TFHO and ICGC Zoe Temple, they are presenting the Mukobe at 20 celebration concert with Ni Okai and Virtue Music. Guess which artists are ministering? Joe Metal, Koda, Eugene Zuta, MOG Music, Kofi Kakari, Na Mercy, David Osabote, Lordina the Soprano, and many more. Please note the venue is ICGC Zoe Temple, Community 5 Tema, and it's Sunday, September 17, 2023. Gates open at 4:30 p.m. And admission, regular is 70 Ghana cedis per. Double is 120 Ghana cedis. And it's 200 cedis for special VIP, heart saver tickets. Online access is 25 Ghana cedis. You can call them on 0246 159 15. And this is sponsored by IT Consortium, UGMC and Partners, Hefsiba Christian Center, Sweet Music, the iChurch, K-Cube Photography, Ludfa Multimedia, Insignia Hub, Fahim Apparel, LMK, Recept Designs, and media partners Joy 99.7 FM, Joy Prime, Adum FM, and Adum TV. Showbiz A-Z, sponsored by MTN everywhere you go. But have you ever wondered how to subscribe to a particular MTN service and how to view, add, or cancel your mobile subscription all from one place? Let me tell you how. Just dial *175# to access and manage all your subscriptions everywhere you go. Joy 99.7 FM, Showbiz A-Z, we're back.
Prudential Life Insurance presents the 4th edition of Pru Ride Accra. Whether you're a professional, an amateur, or just ride for fun, join us. Date, Sunday, 10th September 2023 at Black Star Square, Accra. Registration starts at 6 a.m., race starts at 7:30 a.m. Professionals register through their clubs. Amateurs and enthusiasts register at prudential.com.gh or dial *778 *001#. Registration is free and ends by the 31st of August 2023. Ride for a chance to win up to 15,000 Ghana cedis and get branded medals and riding gears. Supported by Ghana Cycling Federation, Multimedia Group, Specialized Water, Fit Trip Gym, Sonotech Medical and Diagnostics Center, and Reggie's Juice Bar. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, call 020-201-8870 or 030-273-8727. Pru Ride Accra. Ride for life.
There's going to come a time that the church will rise as the highest of all the mountains, and saviors will be raised in the church to deal with the world system. And let it be now. We need to have a national focus. We don't have to lose this ambition, or else we work against the Great Commission.
They are equipped in righteousness, the agenda to possess the nations. Welcome to an equipping center of the word and prayer on Pentecost Hour. Pentecost Hour comes to you on Joy 99.7 FM, 1:30 p.m. every Sunday.
Gripping conversations, business opportunities, and inspiring life stories in the engine room. We have it all. Tune in to Springboard, your virtual university with Reverend Albert Okran, this Sunday at 7 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM, Facebook, and YouTube. Catch the repeat telecast on Joy Prime every Saturday at 9 a.m. Sponsors: Enterprise Group, MTN Pulse, UMB Bank, and Central University. Media partners: Joy FM, Joy Prime, and Graphic Business. Springboard. Your personal value will shoot up.
Here's where we turn around. Here's where we turn around. So the essence of life is centered on your grace.
My name is Diana Hamilton, VGMA Artist of the Year 2021 and Brand Ambassador of Awake Purified Drinking Water. I am super excited to partner with Ghana's first charity-driven water to give back to our communities. Awake is a brand that makes a difference. We impact the world around us. That is why for every bottle of Awake water you buy, an amount is donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. Yes, every time you quench your thirst with a refreshing bottle of Awake, you're helping contribute to save lives. So keep drinking Awake Purified Drinking Water and let's continue making a difference. Awake Water, one for life, supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Introducing Pick 4 from Game Park Games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Pick 4 numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times a day to become one of our daily winners. More moolah, more power. Play online at www.gameparkgames.com or dial *946# to play. Game Park Games is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Pick 4 from Game Park Games. More moolah, more power.
Neokai Ministries, in partnership with TFHO and ICGC Zoe Temple, present the Mokobe A20 celebration concert with Neokai and Virtue Music, featuring our Joe Metal, Koda, Eugene Zuta, MLG, Kofi Karikari, Na Messi, David Osabote, Lordina the Soprano, and many more. Venue is ICGC Zoe Temple, Community 5 Tema. Date Sunday, September 17, 2023. Gates open at 4:30 p.m. Admission regular 70 Ghana cedis, double 120 Ghana cedis, 200 Ghana cedis for special VIP Heart Saver tickets. Online access 25 Ghana cedis or $5. Tickets hotline 0246 156 915. Sponsors are IT Consortium, UGMC and Partners, Hebzibah Christian Center, Axel Properties, Sweet Music, The I Church, KQ Photography, Latfa Multimedia, Insignia Hub, For Him April, LMK, Rosette Designs. Media partners are Adom TV, Joy FM, Adom FM, and Joy Prime.
Get ready to experience a night of divine worship and celebration like never before. It's the 60th edition of the Bernard Amankwa Celebration of His Grace concert. This year, it's all about my offering a heartfelt tribute of praise and thanksgiving to the Almighty. Join us as we gather at the National Theatre on Sunday, the 24th of September, 2023 at 6 p.m. Ministering on the night, Perez Music, Niso, Michael Kessie, Iona Renee, Jayana, the man Bernard Amankwa, and the Presence Band. Admission is absolutely free. Come, let's celebrate His grace together. For more information, call 0554 074 766. See you on Sunday, September 24th at the National Theatre at 6 p.m. Be there as we joyfully lift our voices and offerings to the heavens in unison. Sponsors: InnoLink, FlexiClay, Reroy, New Professionals, Innovate, Controlite, Specialize. Media partners: Adom TV, Adom FM, Asepa FM, Joy FM, Hits FM, Joy Prime.
In partnership with National Theatre and Joy FM, Roverman Productions presents Naked in Bed, an original Able White play.
Your mother said you are calling off the wedding. Where? My dress is ready and I must wear it. Drinks have been bought and I must drink it. Big men are coming and I must grab one. Where?
Vicky stumbled upon something and she's jumping to the wrong corner.
Let's find him. I caught him in bed with my friend Mercedes.
Jesus. No, she said Mercedes, not Jesus.
Venue, National Theatre. Date, September 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Time, 1 show on Fridays at 7 p.m. 2 shows on Saturdays at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. 3 shows on Sundays at 1 p.m., 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Rates 150 Ghana cedis. For tickets, dial *365 *535#. WhatsApp 050-554-6010 or visit all usual outlets. Sponsors GCB Bank, Gino Tomato Mix, Ebony Condoms, and M Notify.
Roverman Production. Be the difference.
Hi, now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park. On our arrival, we were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through an orientation on how best to enjoy the experience. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park. We saw zebras, sable antelopes, crown cranes, maras, silky chicken, emus, wallabies, deer, ponies, and so many animals. We watched the animals roam freely in their natural habitat, undisturbed by our presence. Our tour guide told us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing. Then we took a break to have lunch in the beauty of the open space. All of this fun and activities for a starting price of 250 cedis, and it's free for children below 6 years. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before our sunset dinner by the campfire. We've had a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait to visit again. Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
Gripping conversations, business opportunities, and inspiring life stories in the engine room. We have it all. Tune in to Springboard, your virtual university with Reverend Albert Okran, this Sunday at 7 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM, Facebook, and YouTube. Catch the repeat telecast on Joy Prime every Saturday at 9 a.m. Sponsors: Enterprise Group, MTN Pulse, UMB Bank, and Central University. Media partners: Joy FM, Joy Prime, and Graphic Business. Springboard. Your personal value will shoot up.
There's going to come a time that the church will rise as the highest of all the mountains, and saviors will be raised in the church to deal with the world system. And let it be now. We need to have a national focus. We don't have to lose this ambition, or else we work against the Great Commission.
They are equipped in righteousness, the agenda to possess the nations. Welcome to an equipping center of the word and prayer on Pentecost Hour. Pentecost Hour comes to you on Joy 99.7 FM, 1:30 p.m. every Sunday.
It's Fuse! See, I just came back from Ghana. Really? And I want
G Azonto featuring Tiffany. Come see me do my Azonto in the studio. Better than Robert or Adjetey Sowah. Oh my God, Azonto was the ish, man. Uncle Adjetey, did you dance to Azonto? Oh, okay.
But I danced to it, but then
you know the moves?
I know that. Oh, of course, I know that.
Wow. So whether it's old dance or it's new dance, everywhere
Whatever
you did.
is, I mean, when it's in the blood, so any move that I see, I just
so when you
look at
observe
it
them dance, then that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, what about? Okay, I nearly thought about you, Uncle Ken, but let me come to Robert. Robert Clark, this is Azonto, and how we were able to elevate this dance to the global scene. Do you think that the Azonto dance craze just went off just because it was time for it to go, or we didn't sustain it?
Okay, so the first thing I know is that, well, thank you very much, and let me just say kudos to Kill Beats and everybody that basically did all the instrumentation. So I think EL was there, the Shona Sound, all of those folks, everybody that was in that particular space, because taking something that could allow a pan logo derivative to come out into what we came to call Azonto, sitting heavily on our traditional dance, and therefore we could express ourselves heavily in that particular space, is what gave us the opportunity to be able to contribute to the world dance syllabus. Charlie,
Take you.
Yeah. So that was what Azonto did. So that's what Azonto did. They put Ghana on the map, and everybody had to jump on it. But guess what? It wasn't just the dance. The dance always went with the music, and then the music always went with the artists who were also part of it. So that was always happening. So you realize that the Fuse impact experience, even though we talk about Fuse, we always talk about dance as well. And Selassie and Co, who were like one of the folks dancing with him, they experienced great stuff. And I must say, kudos, that was a great moment, but it should have lasted a bit longer. Azonto is what probably gave birth to what we call Afro dance right now.
Okay.
Because it became the foundation. But we had infusions from other countries doing different things within the African space. And so it's like Azonto identifying Ghana, or Azonto known for Ghanaian dance moves coming from our space, but then other dance moves coming from different places, and eventually we just call it Afro dance.
So now we have Afro dance and Afro beats for music.
Yeah, so Afro beats is the music. Yeah. The dance is the Afro dance. So in the dance community, when they say Afro dance or Afro, we are just referring to the dance forms that we do with respect to Afro beats or music interpretation, including everything piano and stuff like that.
You know people who
or Afro pop. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, people who are pushing the Ghana thing will say, you people, you still gone to the Afro as a collective again. Why
because it's a collective. Because there's so many dance moves that people are doing that's literally coming from South Africa right now.
Okay.
Some of the moves are also coming from Nigeria. When we had all the legwork action that was happening, that wasn't from Ghana.
All
You
right.
understand? Yes, but we would pick them up and then do it. And let's not forget this. Now nobody's against other African countries, because reality is
no.
1885 or 80, when these people met in Europe, they decided to just chop the continent into pieces. They put all these various boundaries, and like there's Ghana, there's
So we are one people.
Yeah, we are one people. So
we are Nigerians.
You see, even go and check, how did the name Nigeria come about?
I get you. I'm just kidding.
So essentially, we're just one people. So yes, for dance, it brings us together, and we learn from each other. We are able to project, and the Azonto wave, you could people actually literally came to Ghana. I remember a girl from Japan came here to come and learn with Asha.
Okay.
And it was a great thing. I just hope it had lasted longer, but it gave birth to what we're experiencing right now. As a matter of fact, just before COVID, one of the projects we were supposed to go and do in Germany was telling the story of dance, but it was in a theater form.
Okay.
And I think I named it When Passion Leads, and it was supposed to talk about how the different dance transitions all the way through to Azonto, and then eventually landing in Afro dance.
Wow,
and unfortunately, COVID said no. So
No.
but
Okay, so before I come to everybody else, let me still stay with you. Do we have associations for dancers?
Yes, there are several associations.
How many of them?
I don't have the number because again, it depends on what area. But
which one do you belong to?
Dancers and Dance Sport Association of Ghana.
Dancers and Dance Sports
Association of Ghana. Yes. So
what do you do?
So basically, it's about the welfare of dancers and the fact that we also seek to highlight the dance sport aspect. So dance made it to the to the Olympics.
Okay.
And prior to it making it to the Olympics, I was already a country rep for different dance projects, and they had the dance sports connotation. And there are international organizations that are responsible for it. If you go and check it, we have World Dance Sports Federation, WSDF, and there are different dance sports disciplines that people actually subscribe to be a part of. So basically, we have been working and trying to see how we can get a lot more people interested. So one of the things we've done is that we've laid a foundation. There are a few people who are with us. We are coming to go heavily into membership drive, but we are going to tie it to a project called Dance Sports League. So I this year had conversations with, before COVID, I was in South Africa, learned some of the Dance Sports League rules, came here, and unfortunately COVID messed it up again. But this year we had conversations, and one of the things we are going to bring about is the introduction of this into the space. And once we do that, it offers us the opportunity to be able to deal with people at different levels. And we had to pause a little.
Why?
Just to understand why a lot of the associations were not working in Ghana, just so that we don't repeat some of the mistakes. Understand?
Because yours wasn't working.
No, not necessarily. We have the opportunity to go off in a way that you are not going to repeat people's mistakes, and I just didn't want a situation where.
For how long have you been off?
Oh no, the biggest break was when COVID came. So we are going to jump, but we're going to work with projects. So the project is going to drive the membership, because obviously you don't just call people to associate. You have to have a reason. So you have the so we are going to have that drive. It's going to come through. And then once we have that drive coming through, you will see every.
What do I benefit from joining the?
A lot of things. And there are quite a number of things we've already done using other platforms. So it's good you're asking. I have some list here. Let me show. So we want to influence policy. So you realize that we don't just talk about dance as in I want to dance. We have deep insights that basically inform certain things. We want to be able to engage with the necessary stakeholders to influence policy. We want to also serve as a pressure group to put where pressure is required. Where there's a protection of the integrity of the dance profession. We also want to be able to do that. Streamlining and regulation of the industry, advancement of the profession, advancement of the practitioners, local and international sector engagements, which we already have a lot of links with, and protection and promotion of culture, and a collaboration with other organizations in the interest of the association. All of these are some of the areas that we intend to be able to go in. And so we've laid a foundation to become easier. So all of these things will be done. Quite a number of things have been done in the past. When we realized that tin was an issue, and that for example, we needed people to jump on, because you're a dancer, right? You need to be able to have your tin so that you can whatever it comes with. We organized, when we did the dance festival, we organized for the GRA to come and help people to be able to get onto the tin, to explain to them how it worked and all of that. A lot of seminars and education has been done, and we keep doing it. Very interesting. I also engaged with people responsible for pension to discuss how we can do something for dancers, because you work here, so it is paid for you automatically. But if you are within the arts, you don't have pension, because you have money coming through on the basis on which you get money. Nobody's paying pension for you, but you need that sorted out. So those are some of the things too we started engaging with, just to be able to see how we can find ways and means for dancers to be able to sort that out. So it's not like you're 50 years, 60 years, and Charlie, you don't know where money is going to come from.
And you are the founder or the president?
Both. So
1 man 1,000.
Well, you see, in this world, when there are things that will worry you, will actually scratch your back, make you feel like you need to be able to address them. And sometimes instead of you ranting about it over and over again, maybe you are the solution to it. So you take the action, and then when you take the action, you call everybody that you can to come on board, and then at the end of the day, you put things in place, get the structures running, and then life goes on.
Great.
So really, So I think even by senior man here, we even have the conversations about certain things, where we get the seniors to be our advisors.
Why is it not part already?
They are supposed to be our advisors, giving given a direction in terms of what we are supposed to be doing, and then the execution will be done by the younger folks who are in the space, and then but obviously reporting to them and stuff. So it's all of these things are being held. And hopefully by the time we do our festival this year, which is in November ending, everything.
Oh, November.
Ghana Dance Festival and Awards is going to happen.
The festival and awards.
Yes.
How many days are you taking to do this?
We're going to do 4, but there will be a few activities leading to it. So some of these conversations are also going to be on other platforms. Usually you hear my voice on hits, so that particular area to Muhammad and other platforms. So we're having different conversations, about the industry, building up to it, so that by the time we have the events, the festival held, we go fill up.
Awesome. Chief, so Robert has mentioned things they are doing to streamline the space. What other things do you think we can do to help grow the dance industry?
I mean, well, opportunities.
Okay.
That's at the end of the day. That's what it boils down to. I'm happy that Robert is trying to put the team together, because there's a lot of knowledge that you can transmit. There's a lot of best practice that you can transmit, and then so once there's that point of convergence, it also highlights the talent and can be a merging ground for collaboration, because we talked about collaboration. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to opportunities that we create for stage, for film, for international exposure, and we're beginning to see, as we said, social media is yielding results, but what can we do further than organic growth? Because usually what we see is organic growth, people just doing their thing and getting the little bit of fame and opportunity or success they can. But if there is was it last week that we were using the word intentional?
Last week.
If there's some intentionality
just last
effort.
week.
Just last week.
Yes.
You waited last week before you started using intentional.
No, we've been using it.
Okay.
We used it just last week.
Okay, make it you. So I'm saying that all of this boils down to big opportunity, and opportunity comes with, again, big investment, so that if we're able to get the kind of investments, the sponsorships, the patrons that we need to create products that we can stage here for ourselves, because I'd love to see beautiful curated dance productions at this festival, but that comes with some kind of resources. And I think that dance is one of the things that can be a competitive advantage, that we are unique in, that can travel very far, because already the world's attention is the world is being familiarized with African dance. We saw the huge success. Imagine us at the time that Azonto was a global hit. We had like a Ghanaian Azonto troupe with a really mad storyline going on an Azonto tour, well publicized, with a lot of resources going around the world, because we had created a global market for Azonto. So all we had to do was now that growth was organic, mind you. So if we're intentional in bringing together these dancers,
deliberate,
with a stage theatrical that told a particular story, with the marketing budget. So say Azonto something from Ghana, touring the US, the UK, London, Africa. Just imagine the value we would have created out of it. So at the end of the day, really, we are doing our best and we are getting organic growth, but we need that intentionality to build for growth. In business, you can build to an extent, but you need investment for growth. We have reached a point where we need to instigate growth, and that will not come if we are not deliberate about the business of our crafts. So, Robert, congratulations on the work. They said November, right?
Yes, it's November.
If I'm not gallivanted in my village, I'll come around and see what talent.
Let me come to you, Uncle Ken. Uncle Ken, so moving forward, what else can we do to help move the dance industry forward?
I think that professionalism is very important.
Yeah.
It's key. Before you can gain any recognition anywhere in your area of work, you need to be very professional about it, to attract any interest from people. And I think that in our part of the world, we have not been able to unionize these category of people like they do elsewhere, where they have so much power to negotiate on behalf of their members in all sectors of society, so that you cannot come for a dancer in the UK without paying certain fees.
The British Dance Council.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You cannot go for any of their members without, adhering to their rates, their code of employment and all that. Here we don't do it. We have a musicians union in Ghana, but is it really unionized? in this country, Musica. That should have set the standard for others to follow. You know, so that Roberts them in as a union will have rates for all performances in all sectors of the economy where you cannot go below. So you therefore protect the integrity of their members and they earn good rates for the work that they do. That's where we need to get to. If we don't get there, I will be negotiating on my own somewhere, way below what Robert would have.
Funny enough, just last week, in conversation with some of the key folks in the space, we had that conversation.
Exactly.
But the biggest challenge was, how do you then, when you set a particular minimum wage, minimum rate, and then somebody now goes behind to be able to go and take that?
That's
because
it.
again, you know, association is always an activity of freedom. It's not like
and that's why we need to unionize not associations, but unions.
Okay.
Where you have bargaining rights, you know, and stuff like that with governmental agencies and all sectors of the economy, you know. Otherwise, you know, it's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, and everybody's going to fish for where they can get a little. You know, even if
that's
they
a
go.
good point.
You see why Shatawale has been saying this sort of thing.
We understand. Let me come to the world dance champion,
Shatawale will go back
Adjetey
and
Sowah.
forth. Shatawale will go back and forth.
But he's been saying this.
Adjetey,
He's saying this, but at the same time, the next time you see him saying something else.
Okay, so Mr. Sowah, so we are going. So what advice do you have to give to this generation of dancers? Finally, before we go.
Well, the first thing is they have to take their education seriously. They have to be prayerful and also focus on whatever they are doing. Whatever talent you have, please focus on it. They have to focus on it. I mean, work hard on it. Practice make man perfect. I think that's all.
And for those who want to maybe have you speak to them, you know, be their patron, all that.
I'm always available.
Okay. Thank you very much. I don't know if Robert has anything to say again, but thanks so much for your time today on Showbiz A to Z. It's been great having this discussion, the radar on the dance industry, and so far we've seen all that we need to do, how our generation, the current generation of dancers are using social media and other avenues to make money for themselves. Hello.
Did you ask me a question expecting me to respond, or you just mentioned it?
It's okay. So thanks so much for tuning in to Showbiz A to Z, show produced by Philip Nye, assisted by